Welcome to Kontrolled Khaos, episode 10.
We're here, we're freshly ejaculated, let's go.
Nice. So, a little bit of a backstory. Chris left the voice call originally to go nut. Thurman, it was 40-some minutes. That's fucking impressive.
Ladies.
There's the one for you. Thurman, we had to kick from the call because he had a bunch of background noise and shit. We literally had to end the first call on Skype and then restart it. And then Chris was like, yeah, I'm here. So we're starting now. We sent Thurman a text message when he's ready to join. So hopefully he'll join in a little bit. But to start things off, our first topic will be what makes a good turn-based RPG. Chris, I feel like you should start.
Okay, I'm going to be honest here. Turn-based RPGs are usually kind of a turn-off to me, but if they're done well, they can be good. But in my case, games like Dragon Age Origins, it didn't feel right, and it's not really a turn-based, but I don't really like combat that is like that much. You just press a button, they automatically attack. You don't need to do shit besides press 1 or 2 for an ability.
Yeah.
That kind of shit pisses me off, and I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, that game was only really known for story, and not for its, like, innovative combat.
What combat?
I prefer more active-based combat with games like Inquisition, even.
Still...
Inquisition had the same feel as Origins, but they did it a lot better.
Except they didn't have blood magic.
Games based good, like Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Okay, so...
The only
If it's
RPGs
not
like that
Pokemon, I don't really like turn-based combat.
Yeah,
And I've never played in the old Final Fantasy 15, not Final Fantasy 15s. Yeah, because there were 15, CJ. But no, like, the Final Fantasy 15 games, I never really played the older ones, so I wouldn't know.
Some of the older ones were good, some of them were really bad.
Well, that's the thing about based RPGs, they're either good or they suck. And sadly, the majority of them are so lackluster, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Chris. I'm also not a big fan of, like, push a button, go to a menu, scroll through the menu, pick your attack, click it. The only turn-based RPG I can think of that I really love is the Paper Mario series. I think Paper Mario Thousand Year Door is really fun. I enjoy that shit out of those kind of games. I don't know, would you count Undertale?
Sort of. I'm not a huge fan of Undertale to begin with.
But is that because of the fucking fandom or the game?
It's a little bit of both. Okay. The fandom is fucking cancer.
Can you at least respect the crazy shit they did story-wise?
They took a lot of liberties there. I respect the fuck out of that. The fandom...
Oh, hype, fucking hype.
What you hyping about, boy?
The game, The Long Dark, which, I have purchased since this game, like, was first announced on Xbox One.
Uh-huh.
It's a winter survival game. What's really cool about it is that it's in pre-alpha and shit, so it's constantly getting updates. But since I've purchased the game, once it fully comes out, I will have a full copy of it.
Yep. I love that shit.
And I spent $20.
I got a full copy of Gigantic when it went launched.
I believe they released some of the stuff for it, which they've been working on for a while.
It got an update this week?
Yeah, I just updated it today.
Right,
1 second, let me turn my Xbox on really quick.
Let's not get too off track here since we are technically on a podcast.
Yeah.
What you were saying about Undertale, David?
The one thing I don't like about it, besides the goddamn cancerous fucking fandom, is the art style. I feel like as it's 2017, even for an indie game, you should have some sort of graphical upscaling besides pixel art. Now,
I see what you mean.
as it's his first game, I believe, wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure. Before that, all he did before that was, like, ROM hacks of, like, Earthbound and shit.
So yeah, he's used to that style.
Wasn't it the same guy that did Homestuck?
I think he helped on Homestuck the song Megalovania that was in Homestuck?
Yep. I believe so. I would have to do a little bit of
I
backs.
believe he rushed that whole game. Like, I believe he made that thing in the course of a week.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me double check that.
I think that was something he said in a podcast. But I'm not 100%
He
sure.
decided to sit there and save time by taking character themes and playing them backwards and shit.
I would find it hard to believe that he made it that quickly because the amount of fucking different options there are for different actions in that game.
You underestimate an adrenaline-fueled junkie.
It's unbelievable. Like one of my favorite.
You
ones.
underestimate a fucking caffeine binge the amount of shit you can do.
One of my favorite ones is when, like, if you kill Toriel, if you split all this fucking specific shit, if you kill Toriel in the beginning, then you go to Flowey, he fucking guilt trips you. If you go back, load your save state, and don't kill her, Flowey's like, I know what you did. You went back and didn't kill her. You think that I don't know? And, like, it's like, what the fuck? Like, I love games like that.
Yup. It's really innovative, but I can't get into the art style. I
feel ya.
I damn sure can't get into the fandom, but it's innovative.
Even the gameplay, it's just kind of like fucking what do they call it? Bullet hell shooters.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean pretty much just bullet hell shooters, but like honestly, that's one of those rare games that survives on its atmosphere and story for me.
Okay, I gotta switch
I see it less as a
HDMI
game and
cables.
more of like a fucking innovative, like a fucking experience. It's just so interesting the amount of different shit you can do. But anyway,
It really is.
I'm not a big RPG guy.
It's just more or less consensual than anything.
But anyway, the topic was what makes a good one. So
Watch me
people who actually like RPGs, what do you think makes a good one? What's
Okay,
your for that?
I'm a huge RPG fan. Everybody that's seen my game shelves knows that I love RPGs. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of turn-based because they get repetitive really fucking quick.
Oh yeah.
What makes a good one, and playing off of what Chris said, the story is a must. To hold the gameplay and make the player trudge through this repetitive-ass shit, it has to have a good story. If the story is shit...
Turn-based is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
If the story is shit, you're going to lose the player immediately.
That fucking story. What will be the point?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, what also makes a good one is if it's more than one menu. I don't want to just sit there and spam A button to attack or X button to block.
Yeah.
I want
Which
to...
is why I can't get into like Dynasty Warriors.
Hey, no, when is it too little and when is it too many for menus?
I'd have to say 3 menus tops. One for skills, one for magic, and one for attack.
You guys are fucking talking over each other constantly right now. That doesn't usually happen. Is everything okay?
Yeah. 3 menus max. One for skills, one for...
Yeah, not right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, one for attacks...
I'll tell you about it, David.
Hmm?
You have something like you choose to attack. Like, I can sit there and imagine it being a straight-up base attack, then your skill-based ones. Like, there's
Attack.
magic,
Attack.
then there's skills.
Yep.
There's like 3 of those, and they go into like at least 2 sub-menus, but that's about it.
Yeah.
If it's like you go into sub-menus, like attack this, select target, select whether or not you want to do a double chance for a critical roll or some crap. Like, what the fuck?
Like Divinity.
That's why I didn't like Divinity. It's overly complicated. It's like, oh yeah, this game's like Diablo. Holy shit!
It might be like Diablo if it was on LSD. But
it's Diablo, but it's being run through fucking Ghostbox, and you have to type in each command separately.
oh, I love Divinity for the story, but for the fucking gameplay, I wanted to rip my damn hair out.
That's one of those games where it's just like. That's one of those games where it's just like go and fucking watch a let's play of it. If the gameplay sucks, but you want the story.
That's why people do let's plays.
Every Telltale game ever, I've just watched Let's Plays of. Because it's like,
Well, then tune into mine. Come next Monday.
Oh, God. Hey, wow. First of all, you're welcome for that segue. I didn't even fucking know that you were playing that. So, you're welcome.
Because I'll be playing through the freaking Telltale Batman Season 2.
Oh, shit, fuck. Okay, now you better fucking be funny. Be funny.
Oh, I'm always funny. And I will be intoxicated as fuck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you know what? Yeah. You should make it, you should do like a fucking shot every time Batman does something like Batman-ish. Like, every time Batman says, Martha!
No, it's not that storyline. This is post his parents' death. You've watched the Let's Play of Season 1, so you know the story.
Every time, I can't think of a good one. But like,
Every time the Riddler traps somebody. Oh, what the fuck is Thurman tagging my ass in the chat for?
No, this is what it is. Every single time Batman has obvious, visible sexual frustration ever comes to Catwoman, Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, or any other female character, just like, do a swing.
Swing!
Batman's got to install a compartment, like, in his suit that, like, sprays his dick with cold water whenever he gets an erection.
Well, in my playthrough of Season 1, he already fucked Catwoman, so...
Which is really ridiculous. Like, oh, hey, I guess we'll just fuck now? Sure.
You saved my life! Let's fuck! I added Thurman's ass to the call, but...
You could mute out some things where he's being too edgy and then do voices for himself.
I could.
It's like something that just sounds so shitty in the actual game, like he just yells, "My parents are dead." Just
My parents are dead!
Thanks.
I must say, out of all the turn-based RPGs, getting back to the topic at hand...
Music. Turn off all the music in the game and play the most unfitting shit. Go through the whole Batman game while listening to fucking Kirby's Green Greens theme.
He's snapping necks.
Diablo 3. And let me tell you right now, that was fucking majestic.
I might do that for one chapter. I think if I do that for more than one chapter, Nintendo would sue me.
Well, it would do it for, if you're gonna do it, like, make it like a fucking, like, 30-second, just like when you're fucking, like in a fight. Like, don't do it, like, that joke will get old quick. It's gotta be a quick one.
Yeah, I'll probably do it during the chapter's boss fight. Somebody respond to his dumbass again, because I added him to the call, and he fucking left the call.
You're just comprised to fail, aren't you?
Yes.
Thurman, do we expect any intelligence out of him?
Fucking A.
Chris, I was going to roast you for this episode for ditching us to Fat, but I think Thurman has earned the roast this episode again for failing to join the fucking call.
The one time it might have not been Thurman.
Alright, anyway, my favorite turn-based RPG is actually, it might not actually even be considered a turn-based RPG, more of a turn-based JRPG, but it's the original Final Fantasy.
The original, wow. Okay.
Because it had a very, very compelling story, it felt natural, and the menus weren't too overly complicated. It actually worked well for how its day and age. And I still actually go back and play that game occasionally.
And that was when it was actually going to be the Final Fantasy, right? Like,
exactly. That was the whole joke. If this game flops, Square is done.
I think Dan from Game Grumps was like, I love the idea of Final Fantasy 15. Final 15.
Fantasy 15. Can we drop the fucking final already?
It's never fun. And whenever it actually is the final one, it'll be final.
if I'm in XXX without being able to find porn before we find the game.
Final.
Yeah, I
Final
think
Fantasy's for real
they'll
that
I think they will
Let's get
actually
Final Fantasy.
I think they'll have to rename for Final Fantasy 30.
Final. Well, anyway,
Like, literally just Roman numerals to be like 30.
Yeah.
David, you're the only one that fucking cares about RPGs here, so I think we're pretty much done with that topic.
Well, that's why I was trying to add red so let me tag Thurman's dumbass in chat.
Meanwhile, Chris just fucking roast Thurman. Go ahead.
I'll wait for him to get here just so he can just make cringe.
Okay.
I deflect every single thing you said to me because sticks and stones may break my never hurt me.
That's pretty much him, yeah.
He's like, override my own head.
Chris.
Still got a little bad there, buddy.
God fucking damn it.
Okay, I'm adding him.
Fucking maybe if motherfuckers didn't live so far away. I kid.
Well, come November, we can film the first ever live podcast.
Oh yeah. Fucking announcement right now. When he's up here for the Perfect Circle concert, we gonna have a fucking Chris, not Thurman. I wish Thurman was here, but Chris, David, Red, all in the same room.
I'm trying to get in frame, but my camera's not letting me get in frame.
Oh my gosh, David, you fucking failure.
No, I was doing we're going to have a group podcast live, and I was doing like
live from my house.
Yeah, live from Red's house, not live from my pit of despair here.
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
I don't know what the hell happened. You guys just went quiet for a second.
Dropped, but we sound good now. But yeah, no, in my house it's a lot better for filming because it's not a fucking janky ass. I'm not dissing your stuff, by the way. It's just a bit more professional looking. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I mean the professionalism on my end isn't apparent. I mean, you see my my bachelor pad pillows in the background.
No, don't forget the nip slip last episode.
Oh, SMD, bitch, SMD. Oh, and let's not forget, in the last one, there was this tube of vampire blood and the death battles laying on there, and everybody thought it was fucking lotion or some sort of cream.
Our editor Noble fucking thought it was something dirty, something jizzy.
Like, no, that's
You don't want his bed.
that's stage makeup.
Damn it.
Uh,
Oh wait, I'm playing the hunt. Yeah, I'm playing
Thurman's not coming in here, so let's move on.
Okay, so end timestamp
Right
1820.
now on podcast, and if you do the hunting challenge, the first thing that happens to you is you get mauled by a fucking bear off the bat. No time to even react. It's like, oh, what a beautiful game! Oh god!
Okay, so Chris, this is one you and I can both rant about. This is our thoughts on multiplayer matchmaking.
Now, quick question. Before we move on, I have a quick prerequisite question. By multiplayer matchmaking, you assume, or you're talking about, like, how people are, like, put together in online games, and if it's fair.
Holy shit, Thurman actually fucking joined! 20 minutes in, almost.
What's up, dudes?
Okay. Ding dong, the bitch is here.
Nice quiet room, too. I'm proud of you.
He's in the back of his U-Haul.
So irritated, and all this stuff. There's always so much drama in the family for no reason.
I noticed. Fucking classic fucking... Should I say this? I'm not gonna say this.
You gonna take a change, honey?
Classic Thurman's family.
Well, at least Thurman didn't respond with, "I want you to be a strong, independent black woman." Okay.
Anyway, we don't want you to be sad. Don't be sad.
Take the stress off with my other family, so.
Aw, that was kind of sweet. That's kind of sweet. Give him that. That's sweet.
I'll give you that. Okay, so
Group hug. Anyway.
group
Okay.
hug. All right.
We're just now starting to talk about the matchmaking topic.
So,
Ignore the random fucking car starting in the background if you can hear that on this video.
What is it, David? Our problems with matchmaking?
Our thoughts on it, how we wish it would work. Okay, right off the bat, I'm going to say, don't do what NetherRealm Studios does.
Yep. Do not do that's like at all.
You hop in a lobby, you're matched with a fucking pro. You want to improve? Get your ass beat a million times before you actually get good with one character.
Same thing with Battlefield 1.
Oh, hey, I wrecked shit Battlefield.
Okay, no. My measly little level 35 ass, whose only benefit to him is he's got a fucking premium pass, and I got the goddamn RTS gun for the medic, which is a double tap. But here's the thing. Every single person I'm playing with is like fucking level 100 plus. They got the legendary fucking melee weapons, so they got sabers, Bartek bludgeons, bill hooks, fucking kukris and shit. They're going around just absolutely wrecking shit no matter what they do. The fact that I saw a fucking guy with 100 service stars on a Hellrigel with the Archduke skin. Which, by the way, the Hellrigel is the equivalent to the cheapest weapon in all of fucking existence in Battlefield 1.
Yep.
You can justify getting killed by any other weapon because of the other player's skill. Hellrigel? Nope. It's got a faster firing speed than any gun in the game. It's got more accuracy than any fucking assault rifle in the game. It's got the range of a fucking sniper. And, like I said, the thing just barely ever fucking misses.
I got shot from one end of the map to the other by that fucking thing.
Snipers take skill. Hellrigel does not. And you know what? It's always the factory version of it. Nobody ever uses optics on the damn thing.
Right? Here, I'm just going to come up and...
This is what the Hellrigel is. You know what a PPSH is?
Yeah. It's that.
Like the fucking gun they had in World War II? Where it has the drum mag and it has one of the fastest firing rates in the world, and the only reason why it worked in World War II is because they were in the middle of fucking Russia during the winter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that fucking thing is basically the World War I equivalent. And it's bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Like I said, every single time I go into a lobby on fucking Battlefield 1, everybody in there is fucking level 100 something plus. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? My me's the only thing I ever get on port for is most revives or most resupplies as a fucking support.
Yeah, I have no issues with Battlefield 1's matchmaking other than that fucking weapon. But
basically, that's my. It's because everybody has that weapon at that point. But on to my biggest gripe and my biggest bitch on the planet about matchmaking. Overwatch.
I knew it was coming.
No.
Oh
You guys love
boy,
I love how you guys love that game so fucking much, and yet you also hate it so fucking much.
It's like Dark Souls. I fucking hate it, but I love it.
I have a love-hate relationship with this.
This is the equivalent of our love-hate relationship with our significant others.
I have a hate boner for this game.
Pretty much. But this is the thing about Overwatch. I love this game. I do competitive pretty well. In fact, I do well for myself in that game. I managed to get gold in my placement matches, which most of my friends had to climb from fucking silver to get where they are now.
Fuck you.
But
Fuck you.
Here's the fucking thing. Every single fucking team I have either is not in voice chat, throws on purpose, completely leaves the fucking game, or they're just not coordinated at all.
So for those who don't play Overwatch, if you lose a member in competitive...
Does Overwatch not punish people for leaving?
A little.
No, they punish... They do. They get a penalty through all their experience and shit.
Alright, for those who don't play Overwatch watching this...
Next 30 matches.
Yeah. For those who don't play Overwatch, if you lose a member to your team, the match ends and you got to go back into the fucking lobby and restart.
No. So this is how it always works for my case. Every single time an enemy leaves, the game's automatically ended and re-instanced. Every single time a teammate leaves, it's like it doesn't fucking matter how many leave. You have to continue. You have to wait more than a fucking 2-minute period before you can legally leave the match in their eyes and you'll not get punished for it. Because it says, oh, leave in the next minute and a half after this timer ends and you'll be able to leave without taking a penalty, but you'll still lose.
That's not on PS4 version that I've noticed.
Now, see, may I bring up something? Because you guys know well that the only fucking online game to play is Splatoon. And what I enjoy about Splatoon is if you're on ranked and a member drops, if you lose, and David, you can account to this, if a member drops, you still lose, like, you still go down in rank a bit, but you go down in rank significantly less than you would have. Like, they see, like, they're like, fucking someone dropped, you get, like, much less points docked off.
Yeah, I can attest to that. But
and I appreciate the fuck out of that, because every time we lose, because, like, normally you lose, like, 10 points or something, like, if you lose on a ranked, but if you get a drop, you lose, like, 1 point. Like, it's fucking beautiful. So I'm like, oh, thank God.
Well, I mean, they're also starting to add new features to the console version of Overwatch, because on PC you can report people that are throwing, or report people that just nowhere leave. Now,
I wish I could have reported my entire fucking team on Doomfist lockdown. I fucking...
You can't bitch about quick play.
It's not quick play, it was arcade.
Never on fucking... Holy shit, on fucking competitive. If that happens there, I'm hella pissed.
Oh yeah.
The other game mode, I don't, because it doesn't really matter much.
The only reason I was playing competitive, or the arcade mode, was to get my 3 loot boxes for the week. I'm like, okay, I'll grab my 3 free loot boxes. I get in a group.
Event drops.
And then...
Here's the thing. Overwatch competitive is extremely heated, and it can be stressful at times. If you have a well-organized team, you're gonna fucking plow through. And it's always good to have teams that work. Now, you can solo queue and sometimes get lucky enough to find people that are actually able to help you out and shit.
Nope.
But...
not on PS4.
And this whole competitive season for Overwatch is considered to be the most toxic out of all of them.
Do you know why that is?
Because of all the fucking throwing, of all the DDoS attacks, and of all the fucking professional players that are even starting to sit there and call it bullshit.
Oh, no, not just that. The fucking unbalanced fucking updates that came out. They nerfed characters that were supposed to be meta, and they buffed the characters that weren't supposed to be meta. So it threw the entire fucking season into disarray midway through. Because enough people bitched, this Pharah player here did this much damage from this hitbox, and nobody cares about your little fucking bitch fest.
One of the best ideas they could do. Because here's the thing, on console, Pharah is the most powerful character because of how mobile she is, and the fact that nobody can properly aim with her with analog sticks. However, on PC, everyone can kill Pharah, and she's almost useless. The best fucking player on console is actually a Pharah main. And a Mercy Pharah combo on console is one of the most powerful things you can do in the fucking game, regardless.
Yeah, but see, enough people bitch, and stuff gets nerfed to the point of uselessness.
That's why they're trying to fix Roadhog right now. He got nerfed way hard. And he has the highest, it's his lowest win rate possible right now.
Right.
Win rates.
And Mystery Heroes, I got thrown into Roadhog. I'm like, nope, I'm instantly dying here. Fuck this shit.
I mean, I like Roadhog a lot too, and he used to be really good. But with this new fucking nerf,
his hook's useless.
He's changed so bad. And this is how he has to be played now. You need to be a picker, not somebody who sits there and tries to flank people just so you can get quick one-hit kills. You now have to work with your team, which is a better idea because they're making him more team-based instead of working by himself. Because he's a tank. He's meant to be with his whole team, not be some annoying distraction like a tracer. That's why they're adding that new buff where he can move around. What he does is take a breather and takes 50% less damage. And because of that, he's able to tank a whole Diva ult, which does over 1,000 damage. No, it doesn't do over. It does 8,000 damage. So
Yeah.
if his team gets behind his gigantic, fat-bodied shield, they can survive a Diva ult.
Yeah. That would be fine if they didn't make his hook useless, his fucking ult useless.
His ult has never really been useless. What it is it's just a way to push people up a point. It doesn't do damage, and that's its whole point. I mean, you can kill people with it, but it's meant to push them all up.
Yeah, but it's still every Roadhog I've seen it's been completely ineffective lately.
Well, that's usually because a Diva's sitting there on top of their ass as soon as it gets activated.
Pretty much. Either a Diva or an Orisa now.
Characters that have been buffed to oblivion and characters that have been nerfed to oblivion. Sensible buffs. McCree. The way they buffed him was his flashbang now stops people completely in their tracks.
Which it should have been to begin with, because it's a fucking flashbang.
I mean, if we're going to be technical here, it's a flashbang. All it would do is blind somebody. But it's meant to be a stun-based weapon.
Yeah.
So, of course, it should stop their momentum if it's stun-based in that game.
Right.
Now, another sensible buff they did to him was they increased how fast the rate of the Deadeye was on everybody. So when you activate your Deadeye, you are now able to get more people more quickly. Instead of having to sit there and wait like 5 seconds to lock onto 4 people. It was a sensible buff. His Deadeye was almost completely useless because everybody had more than enough time to be able to react.
Yeah.
Now he's at least 1 or 2 kills every single time he uses it. Unless Diva appears.
Yeah, you're not killing a Diva with that fucking shit.
You can't kill a Diva with anything. But I'm back here. With the matchmaking, it's based off of your SR rank and shit. And some people get terrified whenever they see like a fucking silver border player with low enough of an SR to be able to play with you guys. Either they're genuinely not good at the game, but they've been playing a lot, or they are a Smurf. Which, if you see a silver Smurf, I'd be terrified.
So are we talking about like matchmaking as a whole?
Thurman
Yes.
officially broke the fucking chain. I was literally going. I was checking how long just David and Chris could carry the podcast on their own.
So yes, Thurman, and we were talking about it in general, but
So,
Overwatch is the perfect
I
example here.
My 2 cents on Overwatch. I don't really think Overwatch is matchmaking is that bad. I haven't really.
Are you on drugs?
I haven't experienced the negatives that you guys have, so I can't really comment on how bad it is.
What level are you?
Casual.
What?
Since I'm more of a casual Overwatch player, I don't really.
Okay, Thurman, I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Casual.
Thurman, what level are you?
Question, have you played competitive mode at all?
That's why I asked what level he was.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, if you haven't played it, then you don't know the terrors of matchmaking. On quick play and stuff, you don't really need to worry if somebody leaves the match, because somebody can join right in instantly.
Yep.
Competitive, if somebody leaves the match, that slot is gone, unless that person comes back. If they leave, nobody else can fill that in. There is nobody else that will get re-instanced into that match. If somebody leaves, you are now officially a 5v6.
Or if you're extremely unlucky, you're a 1v6 and you're fucked. And I've had that happen to me twice this season.
These people are not taking their losses at all. Because here's how competitive mode works. Every single victory, you get a certain amount of SR that's added. If you do extremely well, you get more. If you lose, but you did amazing and basically lost last second, you lose a lot less SR than you would if you just up and quit. And that's what these people aren't understanding. If they can hold it just long enough, they're able to save some of their SR and not drop as low. Because my personal experience was, my friends and I were playing together. We were doing competitive. Basically, we were losing almost the first round. But we managed to do an absolute ass pull and be able to get the payload on Gibraltar from point A to the final point and managed to score all 3 points on overtime. The whole way.
Yeah, I can confirm.
Team got so fucking tilted. 3 of them left immediately.
Most games, like the last fucking like minute of the fucking match. Like, I've seen them turn around so many times.
And that's what perplexes us. It's like, you still have the opportunity to beat us right now. Like with payload matches, even if somebody gets it all the way to the end, all you need to do is get yours there quicker. And if you manage to get yours all the way to the end too, then there's a fucking second payload round for each team.
Exactly.
This fucking thing is bullshit. Like I said, 3 people left immediately without any fucking questions at all. And the poor bastards that were left couldn't do anything. They had to wait for the fucking timer to end because they didn't want to automatically lose. Plus, they wait for the timer to continue to count before they can leave.
So here's my thing. Here's my thing with this is that since I'm more of like a person who plays fighting games, I can comment on the fighting game part more, because for FPS, I don't really complain about that because I get into the game just fine. But my issue with fighting games when it comes to matchmaking is that some fighting games just put you in a random match with someone who's like 20 levels above. Like that NetherRealm Studios matchmaking is terrible. Like, just from the fact that Mortal Kombat, you can be a noob and play online and you're trying to get better, but they'll only put you against people who are like fucking 5 ranks ahead of you. And you'll be like fucking juggled with combos, like getting flawless victories all the time without facing someone of your skill level. And I haven't played Injustice 2 yet, but since it's NetherRealm Studios and they don't know how to for matchmaking,
Thurman.
I guarantee you that Injustice 2 is just the same.
Thurman, Red saw me playing Injustice 2. And I got my ass handed to me.
Yep.
I'm like fucking how? And I realized, because I was playing the Sub-Zero multiverse missions. Like, wait. They changed one move, and then I did a little bit better, but I'm still getting my ass handed to me. So, no. It's a little bit better than Mortal Kombat X. They're getting there, but I give NetherRealm Studios another 20 years before they figure out how the fuck matchmaking works.
I'm surprised Nintendo figured it out before them, because Nintendo was always the slow horse in that one.
I have to agree with you there.
Like, here's another thing again.
A good matchmaking. Hold on, Chris. So a good matchmaking, I would say, is Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct is great matchmaking. You can get into a game fairly quickly, and you can fight someone of your skill level unless you go to rank.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you hit ranked, you're fucked instantly.
Yeah, if you hit ranked, but that's okay though. That's what I'm thinking. Like, if you hit ranked, you're prepared to face someone with higher skill levels than you, or like someone who's like somewhat above you, because that's ranked. You're trying to basically break the norm and get better. But when you're trying to go to like a quick match or casual game, and you just want to have fun and not like lose so badly that you don't want to play this game anymore, then casual or quick matches would be like, okay, you fight someone with your skill level, and then you guys can have fun and find friends or whatever, blah 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 blah. But
find friends in a multiplayer game? Never.
But when it comes to most of these fighting games, matchmaking, it's just that, this says tough love. If you're playing online, you better be prepared to get your ass kicked. That's what they're saying. That's what NetherRealm Studios is saying. Either you're going to be sucky as hell, or you're going to go to spot.
You're able to play with people around your skill level.
Right. There has to be some sort of a skill level filter.
Yes, because I mean, if you want to, because there's a lot of people who actually want to get good on these fighting games online. Because playing online is hella fun when it comes to a fighting game. Like, it's really fun playing online. When I play online with Instinct, I have a blast.
The basic fucking AI of the game, and you're able to adapt a lot better and figure out easier ways to even fuck with the AI offline if you play with actual players.
And it's just like NetherRealm Studios doesn't care for that shit. So I think it's like they're trying to prep you for Evo or like for pro play. And it's like it's not about that. You play the game to have fun and be casual. Unless you're about hardcore stuff, and that's where rank comes in.
Unless you're like Yasha.
Yeah, like I haven't played Street Fighter 5 online yet, so I don't know how good that is.
Don't. Just don't even try it.
Like, even then, like Ultimate Marvel Capcom 3 had decent matchmaking to me. Like, you can verse, it's all random. You can verse people with skill level, or you can not. Marvel Capcom 2 had great matchmaking. Like, Skullgirls has decent matchmaking also. It's just that I haven't played Blazing Wizard online, so I don't know. But I'm just saying that they should have it where option of where that if you want to play casually, play with other people who want to play casually, just want to play online for fun. If you want to play like pro or play like ranked or whatever, then you can take the filter off and whatever and play against people with all different skill levels or whatever. And go for
But
both.
even on ranked, I feel it should still have like a fucking like match you with someone with similar skill level.
Exactly. That's why I like Overwatch, where they do placement matches and stuff, so they can figure out what your base skill level is. But like I said, Overwatch is with my placement matches. 2 of those were actual losses our whole team did. 3 of those, because I won 5 of my placement matches completely. 3 of them were draws. No, 2 of them were draws. I didn't lose any. 2 of them were just draws. 3 of them I lost because members of my team left, and we have no way of being able to defend the point with like fucking 4v6. We tried our asses to do it, but we couldn't.
Yeah. See, I think I
No
really...
matter what happens with them, you leave, you still get a loss. It's the same amount each time with Overwatch. And this is what I've tried to say to them. If you can prove that people are literally leaving because they're tilted and they just throw the match from the get-go, then as soon as like it's guaranteed they're going to lose, they completely just quit.
I think those people that leave from competitive should be barred from the fucking season.
On your part. Because this is the thing on PC. At least on PC, you're able to text during the game and be like, hey, like 3 members of our team just left. Could we be able to just end this on a draw at least? We'll sit there and let them do that. There was one guy left in a single competitive match, and they decided to him out. I gave him the achievement for Lucio, where he has to wall glide against a wall and get 3 kills. They just gave him that for free because his whole team left.
Aww. But yeah, no, I mean, like, I fucking, like, these people that are dropping, they gotta have some fucking loyalty to the match. I've literally, like, if I'm in a fucking Splatoon match, I've fucking not answered phone calls before. I've literally, like, you know what I mean? Like, it just feels wrong. I remember fucking getting yelled at by my dad. He was yelling me to come up, and I was like, finishing this match.
You know, I actually, the only time I will ever answer a phone call during a competitive match is if it's work. Because I'm on a 24-hour call.
Yeah.
But like, you know, normally I just my conscience would not be able to. I'd feel like an asshole because if you leave, you're the one guy who fucks over their entire fucking score.
Yeah, and I will even say, hey, if need be, just let me die.
See, I don't care. See, I only care about that for like MOBA games. Like, I don't care if people leave during
Doing your
like,
fucking MOBA game.
MOBA.
That's a MOBA game. Like,
Oh, I thought you said
like,
mobile.
I was gonna say, if you're talking about mobile games on this fucking podcast, I'm gonna roast your fucking ass.
It's like you have like Dota 2, League of Legends, or Heroes of the Storm. Like, if motherfuckers leave,
Fuck
like, that's
Heroes
not-
of the
like,
Storm
that's
and their
not-
fucking
like,
exclusive skins.
Like, you're an asshole, bro. Like, you're like, especially since like, of course, if you say you have to leave because of something, then I'm okay with that. Like, if you have a kid, it's crying, you have to pick up somebody, then I don't really care that much because, especially if it's not ranked, like my life isn't like judged by that. Like, I really don't care if you're AFK if you have like a reason to. But if you like rage quit or like leave, it's like literally you're like the main reason why we're losing, and then you leave the game. That pisses me off because that's disrespectful.
It is.
People understand.
There is a thing called gamers etiquette. If you do not honor the gamers etiquette, you are a fucking douche.
Yeah, like, that's what I understand. Like, it's still be a decent human being and just finish the game if you don't have to. Like, there's no point in leaving just because you're doing bad. Like, I think that's the dumbest reason to just leave. Okay, like, if even if like a fucking like COD or like.
I will fucking straight up leave a COD match if I have a team full of fucking noobs.
Like, I don't give a fuck. You can leave the game all you want. Like, I like people get upset about console games. People leave. Like, I don't give a damn. Like, it's a console game. It doesn't matter. I'm not going pro with this game. Like,
exactly.
Like, I can go another game. Like, I don't care about my KD and shit like that when it comes to that type of stuff.
I really don't either. That's why in the fucking chat, in the member chat, and Isaiah was roasting me because my KD went down because my dorm mates were playing my fucking Destiny profile. I'm like, I don't really fucking care. It's not like I'm going pro in Destiny. Who the fuck cares about your KD in Destiny?
Like, people think it's in
All
the
of that is
people really think it's the end of the world if you get like a bad KD in Overwatch or like Call of Duty and stuff like that. Like even in fighting games, like if somebody raises,
what matters is your win rate.
Yeah,
like,
if your win
somebody
rate is too fucking low, people will straight up just troll your fucking ass in Overwatch.
like when it comes to like fighting games, like if somebody races, I think that's a compliment. Like I beat them so badly that they had to leave. Like I take joy in that. Like
I compliment fighting games and stuff, but when it comes to other shit, like where you're playing with multiple people, like 6 enemies and 5 teammates, if you're doing that and then part of the enemy team leaves, that's not fair to the enemy team at all.
Like, but the thing is with me is that I don't really, when it comes to console games, I like PlayStation 2s, I do not care if you leave or not, like team at all, because it's just like, okay, well I can go to the next game. Like I don't see the significance of like, yeah, it's unfair to them, but I'm just like, well, I mean, I can just leave the game myself, or it's not like it's anything important. But like morally, but
Peace or something. Shit.
Am I thinking about that? Is I feel like this thing like that in like the MOBA games is that those type of matchmaking games don't really make you feel bad for leaving. Like there's not really much, like unless you can prove me wrong, there's not really much, I will say, like punishment or like moral like regret if you leave like a team, unless you're like very like into it. Like because I
Okay,
I played games watch where like 3 of my teammates would leave, but I didn't really care. You know, I think there's not really much moral or like well, Red, what's that word? Red, what's that word?
You're playing on leave. You're able to be reinstated in a match.
Say it again. I didn't hear you there.
So what's that word that I'm looking for? Like not morally, but like
Obligation to the match?
Yeah. You don't feel any obligation to that match. But like when it comes to like League of Legends and like Here's the Storm and stuff like that, those type of games, like you feel some type of moral way, unless you're a dick, that you started a game with these people, and you technically have the right to stay and finish this game even if you're doing bad. Because if you leave, obviously that's a knock against your profile, and secondly, it's like kind of a dick move to leave these guys when against like a 5v4 or something like that. When 5v4 is not that hard to win anyway. But
I was gonna say in League of Legends you can win with one player if you're good enough.
Yeah, it's just like I feel like you can, if you guys know what I'm trying to say, is it's less moral or obligation when it comes to like console FPS games than it is with MOBA. Like I think people would feel more bad with this MOBA game.
MOBA first person, Thurman.
I mean,
Awkward.
Team Fortress 2 is also considered a MOBA, but first person.
that shouldn't be considered a MOBA.
It kind of is.
I mean, MOBA games, like you have an objective, you have to go down either lanes or whatever, and you have to beat that objective and his abilities and leveling up and stuff like that. I've seen TF2, and it's more so like just an FPS battle arena. Like I don't think it counts as a MOBA.
Depends on what you're playing, because there's actual team deathmatch in that, and then there's stuff like payload, capture the flag, get another objective.
Yeah, that's
Overwatch is never just pure team deathmatch. Overwatch is always objective based.
Yeah,
that's why it's considered to be like a MOBA.
But
it's not third person.
MOBA is multiplayer battle arena. Like this doesn't have to be like what you would consider a first person MOBA would probably be like I know there's one. There's a few like shooters type MOBAs out there, but I forgot that. And I think even Paragon counts as a MOBA, sort of.
Fucking Paragon is just like, ugh. I couldn't get into that shit.
But I heard it's like first person maybe. I think.
It's literally just Overwatch clone.
There are some FPS, but Overwatch doesn't count as a MOBA. Not at all. And that's the actual first person shooting.
I'm saying that you're trying to sit there and say that Overwatch doesn't matter because League of Legends matters more.
No,
This is what I'm saying. Plus, you're saying that
That's what I'm trying to say.
that you can play competitively on PC but not on console.
Wait, one more time.
Are you saying that you just play competitively on PC and not on console? Or are you saying that you only play competitive on mobiles?
Well, I don't really play much competitive on mobiles too, but I'm saying that there's more of like,
Keep saying that I don't care about console.
no, not when it comes, not when it comes to that type of stuff. No, because it's more of like I'm misunderstanding what I'm trying to say. Like Brad and David, you guys know what I'm trying to say, right?
Not really.
I'm saying there's more of a mental, more of like an obligation when it comes to MOBA. I'm talking about genres in particular, not just like PC and console. It's more of like
MOBA games, you have a team that depends on your skill, or lack thereof. In Thurman's case.
And it's like for FPSs, like one person can just like solo the entire team.
I've seen one. Okay, for FPSs in general, I've seen one dude get 177 kills and die once.
Like
Legit, I followed this guy through the map just to fucking film this. Sadly, I no longer have access to that laptop. This was on my old hard drive that I used to film the podcast on. I followed this asshole through the match. He just would not let anybody else get a fucking kill. At all. And he just fucking did a straight shoot circle around the fucking map, killing everybody. I'm just standing behind him. I'm just gonna watch this guy troll the entire enemy team.
This is what I'm gonna say about Overwatch being like a MOBA though. Most FPS games have straight up, I'm either pure damage, I'm gonna use some UAVs in order to see where the fucking enemy's at, or I'm gonna occasionally just revive a dead teammate, which doesn't exist in Call of Duty. Battlefield 1 just has like official assault, support, which is literally just a machine gunner with the ability to give people ammo, a sniper, and a medic. And nobody plays the medic to do their job, they do it for the fucking gun.
Yep.
But Overwatch, you have legit people meant to do different things at all times. Different characters have completely different things they need to do specifically. It's like Smite. Different characters are meant to attack in different styles. They're meant to do different things. Sun Wukong is basically somebody who's supposed to contest the enemy in the midpoint, because his joke is literally, get the mid. Rush the mid. He has a specific role that he does, just like most characters in Overwatch, just like how they have healers.
Mm-hmm.
MOBAs are classified by people that are able to do different things, such as defense, support as in healing, doing different controls, like keeping people still, putting them to sleep and shit like that. That's why I consider Overwatch to be a MOBA, because you have different characters that are meant to do different things, and it's not just everybody running around in a circle getting kills with the same weapons.
It technically was marketed more as a first-person MOBA shooter.
I mean, it doesn't. That's not how it works, though.
How is that how it works?
Thurman, they can market anything. I could market a giant fucking shit.
MOBAs have a set like standard. Like it has to have.
They really don't, Thurman. They really don't. Look at.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
No, they fucking don't. You have League of Legends, which is more fantasy based.
You've been talking to someone who's been playing MOBAs since he was 10.
That doesn't make you know how what they are.
Okay, Thurman. Thurman. Jinx.
I follow MOBAs definitely.
Alright, Thurman.
The thing is, I understand what you're saying when it comes to that, but that does not make Overwatch a MOBA.
How is it not? You can do it. There is no team deathmatch in it. It's pure objective based. Well, granted, there are like a team deathmatch thing and like Smite, but even then, it's still objective based. It's not whoever gets killed from the enemy team. It's whoever gets like arena.
Okay, Thurman. It might be a first-person game.
Hold on. Let me ask you this.
Order in the court.
Let me ask you this: Is there leveling up?
Yes. Not
In
for
the actual gameplay itself. In the actual gameplay itself, do your characters level up as you get kills?
your characters don't. You do.
Exactly. Wait. Hold up. Let me finish.
Thurman. Thurman.
Is there an experience system? Do you get experience as you get kills in game? Do your characters level up?
No, your characters do not level up. Who cares if your characters level up? There are MOBAs. There are other MOBAs that do not have characters level up.
Yes, there are. That's the key thing to MOBAs. Even Heroes of the Storm has a level up system.
When it fucking works.
Now, keeping those three in mind, I understand where you're coming from. I do, because it's a lot of objective based. But however, that still does not necessarily make it a MOBA. You can say it has MOBA
online battle arena.
You are literally basically in a
Pulling
fucking...
up the official definition. A multiplayer online battle arena, also known as an action real-time strategy.
Thank you, Chris.
I told you what I gave you that definition. Multiplayer online battle arena.
Yeah.
Overwatch is not
Arena things are still
counts as a first-person shooter.
But they're heavily objective based. Even with
It's a MOBA.
House.
Objective based does not equal MOBA, Chris.
Then
Okay.
what is the main thing that's advertised for Smite? Joust. Where you have to get a certain point, destroy that point, go to the next point, and then beat the Titan at the end.
Oh
That's
shit.
What? What are you doing? Don't worry about this stuff.
And there's Thurman's relative in the background of the call.
Okay, I'm on the phone right now.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
By the way.
While he's... Okay. Okay, we spent roughly 45 minutes on this topic, basically.
But it's hilarious. Do not cut off the most hilarious thing that's been here since episode fucking 3. I want you guys to finish. We are coming to a conclusion of this, but you gotta finish this.
I know, but Thurman's talking to his fucking relative in the background, and it's fucking ruining the chemistry.
Okay, so listen. Sorry, my grandma.
It's okay, understandable. Finish.
Okay, so here I'm going to look up a bunch of MOBA games right now.
Gosh.
Okay, you will not literally find Overwatch under the definition. We are considering it a classified MOBA because of the way it functions. It's not legitimately a fucking MOBA.
I understand that Overwatch is purely objective based. I understand what you're saying, but what you can say is Overwatch has MOBA elements in it, but you can't just say call it a MOBA because that's not what the genre is.
Okay, Thurman, I can't call fucking... Okay, what's a good example? I can't call any game that has a first-person shooter.
Battleborn is what you would probably technically call a FPS MOBA. Because it has...
You mean that game that's sitting in the $5 bin at Five Below that nobody fucking plays?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Overwatch beat it out, but I mean, people, that's technically called a MOBA. Paragon is another MOBA. Supernova, a game I need to actually sign up for the beta for.
You actually signed up for that trash?
It is literally classified by many fans as a FPS MOBA.
League of Legends, Dota 2.
League of Legends still has shooter elements to it, Thurman, so you might as well kick that one the fuck out. Because of Jinx.
Oh, I'm sorry, a character that shoots guns. Oh wow, I guess Hunter x Hunter is a MOBA now too because his character's a mecha, right?
You're fucking retarded.
Right?
That is the biggest reach for an example I have ever seen. You didn't go to a game. You went to a fucking manga.
Okay, that's getting a fucking edit. That is our first major edit of the episode, guys. And it's 59 minutes in.
That's the logic Gamer was using.
I was using it to fucking troll you, not to fucking prove a point.
And then I trolled back. And then Chris got heated.
I didn't see it. I'm literally calling you a retard for even saying that.
It would be one thing if you used another game, Thurman. It would be one thing if you used another fucking game, but you used a fucking manga.
The thing is, I use Hunter x Hunter as an example because first, every time I mention Hunter x Hunter, people get heated. So I got the perfect response I was hoping for.
No,
So,
what the fuck?
A better joke than that.
That's the
You take
perfect.
it has only one reference to a gun have ever been in it. And you say it's a MOBA then.
Oh.
Yeah, it's only ever has one gun in it. Wait, this game only ever had one gun in it, and when you use it, you went into first person. Therefore, it's an FPS. That would
While you guys are arguing still, I'm going to play a little bit of Dead Rising 3. Which is also a MOBA because you got fucking objective bases in the background of it, too.
Oh, Strife is such a good game. I don't know why they didn't finish it.
As I was saying, Overwatch is really even considered by the community to be a first-person shooter MOBA.
Thank you! It is not actually considered by the developers.
It's some people
Who are at least tried it.
I understand what you're saying, but we'll just have to agree to disagree here.
Yeah, because we're starting to go in circles now, but we got some delicious fucking crisp.
I will end it with that because I do not agree with that statement.
We're not saying it actually is, we're just saying the community considers it.
Why are you so strongly against Overwatch even being considered a MOBA?
Such a weird thing.
I'm not strongly convinced at all. I love Overwatch, but
We're
I'm telling
fighting.
you, when I see something, I'm very argumentative person. If I see something,
This we know!
if I see something that's ridiculous, I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk against it because that's in my nature.
Because nothing's more.
Like again, I will agree to disagree here because I do not agree with that statement. I understand it had MOBA elements, but calling it a full RPG, I disagree with that statement.
MOBAs don't always need to be RPGs, dude.
Of course, they don't always need to be RPGs, but I'm saying.
Okay. 1 hour, 2 minutes, 17 seconds. Are we moving along?
Yes, that was a good topic. That was a good conversation.
Oh my god. Alrighty then.
Okay, dumbest video game controversies. Let's keep this rage going.
Yay!
You should probably put part one.
Everything to do with Grand Theft Auto.
Oh god, I was just about to say that. Let's see here. When PETA protests StarCraft and Pokemon and pretty much anytime the word PETA comes up in anything ever, I'd have to also say one of the more recent ones has to be that 6 Days of Fallujah game that lost its funding due to the communities of the soldiers that were in it. The parents even fucking bitched about it. And this topic came about because of our latest rabbit session between the podcasters. And we watched a Watch Mojo video of the dumbest video game controversies, and then we're like, we need to talk about this, what we think are the dumbest ones. Because we love to steal the thunder of everybody else, because we're assholes. So, Red, you got one to throw in here?
You know, I think the one that I always remember, like, growing up with was the fucking guy that always sued Rockstar every time a new Grand Theft Auto game came out. What was his name?
1 second. Shit.
It was like one fucking guy, and he waited, man. Like he had like he had a fucking purpose in life, and it was to sue Rockstar every time a new game came out. Like he was waiting, he was ready. That was his fucking life goal.
He never fucking won.
Right, but it didn't stop him from every single motherfucking time.
On what grounds did he try to sue them?
I'm trying to, yeah, David, you should Google the fucking, like, context of it. But I do remember he fucking Let me find that shit here. And since you're taking forever, I'll Google it.
I was typing with one hand. Jack Thompson.
Yeah, there he is. And what did he sue him then for? What was the grounds? Do you know?
He is known for his role of anti-video game activism, and particularly against violence and sex in video games. During his time as an attorney, Thompson focused his legal efforts against what he perceives as obscenity in modern culture. This has included rap music, broadcast by shock jock Howard Stern, the content of computer and video games, and their alleged effects on children.
Oh, so he was trying to oh yeah, he would try to say that it caused school shootings and shit. That classic bullshit.
The school shootings.
You cannot possibly talk about controversy without talking about Doom. Okay, here's how bad Doom was when it came out. People linked violence in video games solely because of Doom.
Well, I mean, you're...
the entire Columbine shooting on Doom.
Let's be honest here. Doom is a bloody fucking game. It really is.
Still doesn't equal school shootings at all. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't, but that's what they link to it. It was a bloody game. Here's our latest scapegoat. This is our next Mortal Kombat.
Here, like I said in the before to you and Red in our group chats. People are during our rapid session. People nowadays, well,
nowadays, humans are
since the beginning of time, have always tried to put the blame on something to make themselves feel better. It's been happening since the cavemen have been alive. This is human nature. Something negative happens.
You, Rock, you make me violent.
We can't understand it.
Oh, there's no fault. Humanity is something else.
We can't understand it, so we try to put the blame on something else. That's been happening.
No way a child could think something like that. It's obviously something that's poisoning his mind.
Yep.
If it wasn't video games, it was rap music. If it wasn't rap music, it was metal. If it wasn't metal, it was fucking some show on TV during the time.
Yeah, like I said before, way back when America wanted to go to Spain, but they had no reason to. So when an accident happened on a boat, they thought it was a great opportunity to blame Spain for that. With literally zero evidence at all, they still blamed them for something that they could or may or may not have done. When people have been blaming other people for stuff that was their fault or an accident for loss of time, and instead of realizing, oh, maybe this was our fault, oh, maybe it was this happened, oh, maybe it was nature, no, they want to blame something just because it makes life easier. And video games are a perfect candidate for that. Parents who decided that, oh, parents who should have been like, oh, I wasn't watching my kid well enough, I didn't raise my kid well enough, I should have talked to my kid about the dangers of the stuff. They're like, oh no, this game that I bought for my kid or let my kid buy.
Yep.
Well, it can't be I let my kid buy anymore because of the ESRB. Not saying it works 100% of the time, because when it first came out, I was able to walk into my local Meijer and buy Mortal Kombat 3. And I was fucking 7.
I got into a fucking argument at my college about this, and they were talking because I was super against censorship, and they were trying to be like, no, it's necessary in some areas, and I was like, how about fucking parents just be parents? Why censor the shit? How about they take responsibility and just be like, oh, this isn't a TV station that I want my kid to watch. Let me fucking switch it and keep the remote away from him. Oh,
I mean, not parental lock all the fucking porn channels on the Cinemax.
The internet, I'm not gonna. How about you don't?
Well, wait, Chris. Technically, they'd only have to lock the channel Cinemax after 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. in the morning, because let's face it, none of the really, really dirty shit airs until 3 a.m. There was a joke in fucking, what was it, Family Guy? Because there's still technically movies on until 3 a.m.
Yeah. what does it become? Fucking porn after 3 a.m.
Softcore porn.
Cinemax, and I think HBO too.
Here's Emmanuel Part 76. The one where you see nothing but ass cheeks.
Yeah, ass cheeks.
Because, you know, that's so damaging to kids. They don't see that in the generic Nicki Minaj music video.
Oh no, ass cheeks.
You don't really see any thrusting or anything.
Plus, people always get so fucking nervous, like, oh no. It's like, you think, like, here's the thing, if they're either gonna be so young that they don't know what the fuck it is, or they're gonna know what it is already and it doesn't fucking matter.
Exactly. That's why I'm like,
And
if you're above the age of 10 and haven't fucking gone on Google and seen some sort of fucking hentai of a character you're Googling by now, then I'm very, very surprised.
Even then, violence is everywhere. That's the thing.
Right, I mean,
Like, kids, like, even if you try to take them away from, like, violent video games, even E-rated games have violence in them.
Also, it's
Mario technically has violence in it.
Thank you.
Also, it's human nature. Like, you ever watch fucking Terminator 2? There's a fucking scene that I love so much where, like, they're looking at, like, these two kids playing, and they're, like, playing with, like, I don't remember if they're playing with fake guns or fake swords or something, but, like, they look at these little kids who are, like, so young and already, like you know, play fighting, right? And then they're like, we're really doomed, aren't we? Basically implying there that violence is so ingrained into us already. It's not something you get raised with. It's just something that's fucking instinctual.
Right. It's human nature to survive. It's not technically human nature to be violent. It's human nature to survive.
Right, but like...
The violence is a byproduct of survival.
Yeah, because, like, do you remember the scene I'm talking about, David?
I know where you're going here.
Well, no, I mean, like, but that scene's really powerful to me because, like I said, it's kids who know nothing about what's going on.
Exactly.
But they're you know, whenever they play, because, like, really playing and, like, roughhousing is, like, a more minor version of fucking fighting to the death, if you think about it.
Exactly. It's been, like, a good, like, 10 years since I've actually watched Terminator 2, but I do remember it.
Let's play war, or let's play, like, cops and robbers, and oh, you're dead, I killed you, you know, like...
Bang! You're dead! I win! I'm the cop shooting the minor... Well, nowadays it would be, I'm the cop shooting the minority.
Oh, no. You had to bring it there.
Well, it's true.
Up to one scene that replicates that extremely well. The little fairy scene in Berserk.
Oh, God.
Oh, you're talking about yeah, that's literally, that scene right there is literally straight from, Lord of the Flies.
It is.
What happens when you give kids too much power?
No, it wasn't that it was Lord of the Flies, it's just showing...
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, that's a great example of that.
Yeah, Lord of the Flies, that's what happens if we even put in a situation where they're alone.
And that book is really, really well.
I remember that book.
I read it in middle school, and that book was
yeah.
really...
I got fucked up.
One
of my favorite books.
Yeah, because there's that scene where they're kind of like, they kind of just go fucking crazy, right? Like they're like they're not being serious, but then the adrenaline takes them over and they fucking kill the kid, right?
Yeah. So basically they were playing around the fire, and it was dark, and they thought it was a monster. And all the kids literally just stabbed him to death.
Yeah, like it's just, again, and that's a perfect example of how violence and killing is unfortunately very instinctual, just in our brains.
That I recommend.
I think the notes in that book was the fucking picking it on the stick.
I recommend that book to all of our viewers, by the way. That's a really good book.
It's a really good book, but I'm pretty sure every one of our viewers had to read it in middle school.
Well, if you somehow didn't, it's one of the few books, like, it's like that book and Of Mice and Men are the two that I actually enjoyed.
Yes. That's actually two really, really well written books.
Of Mice and Men, spoiler alert for Of Mice and Men in 3, 2, 1. It had that fucking really depressing old Yeller style ending where you had to fucking was it Lenny or some shit?
Yeah, kill Lenny.
Yeah, that was sad as fuck. I remember I was
symbolism.
gosh.
That was great symbolism.
I don't know if symbolism is the right word for it, but sure.
Oh yeah, because remember the part where the dude had a dog and the dog was literally on his lap,
okay, yeah.
but he didn't want to kill him, and he had somebody else kill him. And then later on, when that same guy was like gonna help them get back to the farm, he's like, I shouldn't have let that guy kill my dog. I could have killed the dog myself.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And that was symbolism towards the end.
Sherman, that was one of the smartest things you've ever said. Congratulations.
Charlie, thank you. Charlie took that to heart because he didn't want somebody else to kill his friend. He would rather kill his own friend, put him out of his misery himself, rather than some random stranger kill him. And that
anyone else shocked at how deep Thurman just got?
Yeah.
Yeah. English is one of my favorite subjects, man.
Nice, dude. Yeah, I agree. That's good shit. How did we get to this conversation? What was the original fucking topic again?
It was fucking dumbest video game controversies.
Any more you guys want to bring up?
There's a quote from Red vs. Blue I'm trying to find here that really describes what we're talking about. But if you guys want to start on the top 3 franchises that need to revive, I will look that quote up really quick.
Who wants to go first? Not it. I'm still kind of thinking of like one more. I got 2, but I need one more.
I can one. Yeah. Whatever company did Pirates of the Caribbean Online.
Ha.
Like, everybody gives me shit for this, but Pirates of the Caribbean Online was a solid MMORPG. A solid one.
Almost as solid as my erection.
Pretty much.
I don't think it's very solid anymore.
Well, no, I mean, it's been around an hour since then. I'm sure the refractory period is over.
Oh, yeah, true.
It's only like 10 to 20 minutes for the average man.
Right, but I'm saying it's been an hour, so you're definitely fine, even if you're fucking below average.
Yo, David, in my photos now, it's like, which do you prefer, Hanikawa, Senjohara, or Kanbaru? So I put Hanikawa equals Senjohara is greater than Kanbaru. Like, literally, as soon as I put that, somebody angry react my comment.
Of course I did.
Well, was Chris going into his top 3 reboots? Or things that not reboots, things that need revival?
Oh, Chris, you like Monogatari too, so you understand that comment.
Somewhat. I haven't finished my game on a guitar yet.
What is wrong with you?
Wrong.
No.
I haven't the time.
I haven't time.
You work 6 days a week and have friends that want to play a video game with you and find time to watch anime.
Oh gosh.
I do all of that.
You don't fucking work.
You don't have a job, Thurman.
I'm getting a job.
Prepare to be more tired than you've ever been in your life. High school
I'm
will not
prepared.
even matter.
Well, I'm doing the night shift, so we'll hopefully look at the night
Here's
shift
the quote.
for GameStop.
It is an undeniable, and may I say a fundamental quality of man, when faced with extinction, every alternative is preferable.
Yup.
This is what you're gonna do.
Oh gosh. But Chris, do you want to do 2 more things that need revival?
I'm thinking. I know the people that did Pirates of the Caribbean Online really need to come back and do something. Or at least just revive that whole game in general and update it a bit.
Here, Red, I'm going to send this to you so it can be edited in.
Okay, PM it.
Yep.
I'm not really sure what else I want. Nothing I've ever really played has, like, died. Well, actually, you know what? For Honor.
Well, it's not just be comics, it can be...
Sorry, guys.
Anything.
For Honor actually was a really fun game, but it's the fact that the community just up and died.
Well, it died because it was, 1, an Ubisoft game, 2, it died also because it was very, very, very fucking unbalanced. And number 3, it died because the community became so toxic and entitled because of the microtransactions that they just said, fuck you guys.
Well, here's the thing, all the fucking microtransactions are cosmetic.
Exactly, just like Overwatch.
Like Overwatch, except Overwatch isn't truly microtransactions because it's loot boxes.
Hey, don't dare diss the loot boxes.
I know, I'm saying with games like...
hypnotized by fucking fancy packaging, guys.
Exactly, it's like fucking Chivalry. You have literal whole outfits and weapon skins you can buy on that game. That means nothing besides, I paid money to look cool.
It's literally the equivalent of what's happening. And everything you can...
Wait, guys, is there like a fucking like golden jet that you can buy for like $200 real life money in GTA 5?
Yeah.
And because I remember because Jeff from Achievement Hunter bought it, and like they were like, yeah, look at this golden jet we have.
Look at this fucking tool. That's the thing. For Honor was actually a fun game. Even its campaign was fun as fuck.
Yep.
Like, I was sitting there having a great time playing that, but I couldn't ever sadly get into a fucking match at all because one person will leave no matter what because there's not enough people, and since there wasn't enough people, the match gets canceled.
That sucks. Holy fuck.
Like, you can sit there and play at a time that was even extremely active on the most played game, and you still wouldn't get into a match. And whatever match you get into would get canceled immediately.
How old is this game?
Not even a year old.
2.
Year-old?
It came out in, I believe, March.
Jeez.
No, it should be in its year 2 already, I believe. No, it shouldn't be.
If you got the alpha, the beta, and the gamma, or omega tests, then yeah, but, I mean...
Yeah, I think it's, in Season 2, actually.
Yeah, it's
But
in
it's so
Season
fucking
2, but not
Like
Year
I said,
2.
This is actually fun. The game's actually fun. The campaign was great. It's just the fact that players got pissed off because of microtransactions, but nobody gets pissed off at fucking Rainbow Six Siege. There's also Ubisoft.
Well, what I've found is, like, you can have microtransactions, you just have to fucking disguise them. Like Overwatch does.
See, Rad, the thing is, even in Overwatch, you have the currency, right?
Uh-huh.
That you can use to buy shit with. If you get a loot box, occasionally one will drop a currency. You get that fucking currency inside For Honor as well.
Well, it's all
You
about,
could unlock the fucking shit, but it would just take an insanely long period of time to unlock all the shit. And because there's multiple classes...
You change perspective, right? So it's like, you know what, as much as I love Splatoon, I'm not above fucking complaining about it. Like, you know what Splatoon does? They come out and be like, oh, wow, we're going to be adding shit to this game for a year after it comes out. That's so great. But really what they're doing is they're fucking releasing an unfinished game and then, like, slowly fucking finishing it over the next year.
Exactly.
Like, I love I love it. And, it's not like I completely hate that because that does keep it, like, the replayability up. But, like, really, let's be honest here. What they're doing is they're fucking withholding shit. At least they don't make you pay for it. It's free. It's just make you wait.
Yeah.
I hate the things that make you pay for it, like Destiny did.
Yeah, that's
which is why I did the absolute safest route and pre-ordered Destiny 2. With the Season Pass.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Fucking A.
I'm not...
Okay, because with Destiny 1, all the content was already in the game. You could wall hack and go through the whole map of the DLC.
There just wouldn't be no enemy spawning there.
That's horrible.
Exactly, and that's why people were insanely pissed at Destiny.
For good.
But, it's Destiny, and whenever anything comes out, people start playing it again, and then it's like, oh, there's no new content. You guys already had this shit in the game. It's like, oh, new content.
Here, low-hanging fruit, bitches. Come back and pay us more.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Literally, it's the James Woods of fucking game developing.
But they keep playing it, and they keep buying it. It's like, I fucking hate Destiny. I have 4 copies of it.
Fuck it. It's like when Nintendo, like as much as I love Nintendo, fucking they love re-releasing their shit.
Look at Mario Kart 8 Switch version.
That's not even the worst example. Like, how many times is fucking Ocarina of Time been re-released?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, I think.
Well, I can count the original N64, Master Quest on the GameCube that was in like a pack-in, the Wii Virtual Console, the Wii U Virtual Console.
Oh shit! I wasn't even counting all the Virtual Console releases.
Don't forget the 3DS one. And
here's the thing about Destiny, though, Red. The game would re-release with each of the DLC every single time, full price.
Yep. So I had it on PS3, as I've stated before. And then they decided to say, hey, we're going to shut down the PS3 servers to save money and resources. I'm like, okay, well, I got to fucking upgrade now. Went out, bought the Taken King bundle because I hadn't bought the Taken King DLC.
Yeah.
I'll still
That wasn't
curious
had a move on their report.
how long
Right.
did they let the PS3 servers go before they shut them off?
Roughly 6 months.
Oh, that's hardly anything.
Well, considering the game had been out for a year by then, and the PS4 had been out for roughly 3 years, or 2 or 3 years at that point, they're like, you've had time to upgrade.
Yeah, it was like the transition between PlayStation 3. There was a certain point where it's like, we need to stop.
Yeah, I can understand that one. I really could understand that one. As much as I bash Destiny, I can understand that one.
Yeah, that's the only gripe I have about it that I can't complain about. It's like, look, PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 were dying at that point. They were becoming completely obsolete.
I mean, I still boot up my Xbox 360 every once in a while. I mean, it's right here under my desk.
Yeah, you can open up your Xbox 360 every once in a while, but I usually play for just single-player games.
Exactly.
Because all the games you can fucking play on Xbox 360 live are now on fucking Xbox One.
Right. I mean...
So we did, just to remind you guys, this is a good conversation, but we were attempting to do the revival conversation.
Yeah. Well, there's actually going to be a tie around here. And then I obviously upgraded to Rise of Iron to get the Black Gallahorn, which was just a reskin. But, Chris, do you have a third one? Or... I mean, they really could just, use the Phoenix down and bring fucking Dragon's Dogma Online over here to the U.S., and that could count as your third one, right?
Oh, no. It's already in the U.S. It's just only on PS4.
Yeah, and you have to be region locked to Japan.
Game was also on Xbox 360, and they're coming out with a definitive edition on Xbox One as well, which pisses me off to no end. They're saying, like, oh yeah, we didn't sell at all on Xbox 360. It's like, you have sales. This game didn't flop.
Exactly.
So that's like saying, like, oh yeah, we sold one less copy than we thought we were going to, so we're going to scrap the whole thing together. But that was just the legit most stupid thing on the planet. Like, here's an example of a game that did not flop, but they just did not have enough copies. Okami.
Okami!
You want to find a rare PlayStation 2 game? That thing.
Got 2.
I'm pretty sure I have a friend who has a copy of that.
I got 2 copies on PS2, and I also have one on Wii. I have a digital copy on PS3, and I also have a copy on PS Now.
Yeah, but having a physical PlayStation 2 copy of that game,
They
it's
printed...
so much to find nowadays.
I think they printed, what was it, like 10,000 copies here in the U.S.?
Yep.
I have 2 of them.
It? You kidding
Come
me?
on. Try and rob me.
Wait, but well, how many did they print on the Wii? Is the Wii one less rare?
The Wii one, they printed a shitload.
Oh, okay. I was
The
gonna say.
one that's not fair. They had shitloads of that. They only didn't have many for the PlayStation 2.
Because they didn't think it would sell here stateside.
Fucking just like Earthbound and whatever. The
Don't even bring that up. There's a copy sitting at Disc Traders right now, and it's $600 fucking dollars.
Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube is also rare as shit nowadays.
Really? I feel like just like 2 years ago they were $30 at GameStop. Have they gotten rarer recently?
People buy them, people destroy them.
GameStop for their original nice and shit still, but it's the fact that they're starting to dwindle because of how old it is.
Well, I'm glad I have one.
Now there are some games that are still like almost max price because of how popular they are.
Oh, like
Or
Melee,
Smash Brothers, Melee.
Yeah. Melee has been fucking.
You want to talk about the most outrageously expensive games still? I've seen a GameStop sell Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
That's a good
It
fucking
was the
game.
only Nintendo Wii game. The only old Nintendo Wii game they had on their shelf at all, and it was just proudly stood there
Mhm.
on top of the Wii U.
I don't know if it's.
So this is a regular Wii. It's like, yeah.
I haven't played it on
Like,
the
why
Wii.
is that there? It's like, 'cause it's good.
I love Dragon Ball. I love that fucking. It's way too long of a game or title, but I love that fucking game on the PS2.
Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
3 is considered one of the best fighting games in history.
Yeah,
One, because of the humongous fucking roster.
Oh.
2, because of the combat. 3, because of just how much shit there was to do with it.
That
Oh,
shit needs revived. That franchise there.
I have such good memories of that game.
And you're not even that big of a Dragon Ball Z fan.
Well, back then I was.
Back then I
fucking-
was.
When I first started, when I first got into anime, that was pretty much my starter, like most people. And before I fucking decided to branch out, I was like under the illusion that it was the best fucking thing ever.
Spoiler
Even
alert,
now.
it's not.
That's actually going to be... That is legit going to be my third one, though. Okami. Remade to the PlayStation 4. Like, their fucking multiple remakes they've made for Shadow Colossus.
How about a sequel?
There was a sequel on the DS.
Okay, how
Okami
about
Den.
a fucking trequel.
That's what they need to do. They need to release an HD remade version of the game, then the sequel, and if they do another one.
Or they could just bundle Okami and Okami Den and like a double pack like they did the Eco Shadow Colossus remaster for the PS3, and they could fucking just release a threequel.
Speaking
If that
of the
does
Shadow
well.
of the Colossus bullshit, I'm still fucking triggered about the E3 shit because I fucking saw like a link and I thought that it was a Shadow of the Colossus sequel for a second, and I was so hyped.
And then you're like, remake.
Remake.
That blue balls me hard, man.
Granted, that is one of the best games in all of existence.
It's
I
just
don't
a fucking boss gauntlet.
No,
It's a good
it is a
boss
game
gauntlet.
no
Okay, hold on,
fucking story at all whatsoever. It didn't need one. It was up to interpretation.
Yeah, David, may I fucking come in on what you said there? Like, yes, it's a boss gauntlet, but like the difference is it did shit that no game at that point had done. Like the whole grip meter thing, and like
It was
the way that
beautiful
like,
game. It was hindered by its the fucking console was released upon launch, and then the PS3 version was a little bit better, but it still was hindered a little bit. So hopefully PS4 they got all the flaws out of it, and it becomes a beautiful thing it was meant to be. But it's just a glorified boss gauntlet.
But they somehow like with fucking buttons on a controller like got as close as humanly possible to the feeling of like fucking like
Climbing each boss.
Yeah, well, because they made it so the way that they did it. So because like games like fucking God of War like try to replicate the fucking grip system, but like are never as good. I don't know if it was God of War or Devil May Cry. One of those fucking games tried to do a similar thing, and it was not nearly as good.
They both technically did at one point.
I played only bits of fucking Shadow Colossus. I think I stopped playing because I borrowed it from a friend. I stopped playing when I got to the one that was in like the circular temple and it shot lightning.
Oh, yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I stopped playing around that one. But here was the thing about this game: there was nothing.
Oh, I
There
know.
was
Fucking, it's
you
so.
can do, and now hold out your sword to figure out what direction they were in.
Yeah, I love how like they give you nothing and you just fucking like go. Like it's just like fucking follow your sword, have fun, and like it's just so. It's such a fucking. Somehow a world that has literally nothing except for those creatures was so engaging and so haunting and so like I felt fucking terrified walking around and it does this awesome thing too. Is like when you kill the first fucking bosses, like the way you look at it, the way it dies, you almost start feeling like you can immediately feel like okay, there's something weird going on here because like. It wasn't aggressive towards me, hardly. Even when I fucking attacked it, it was hardly aggressive towards me. It was just trying to get me off of it. And you kind of start questioning your fucking, like, morality here. Like, oh my gosh, am I the bad guy here? I love that shit.
I mean,
You
I can't
technically
remember
are
if it was
the
really
asshole
short,
in the
but it
game.
was shit just to.
Well, actually, I can tell you, Chris. The story was you were fucking duped. The fucking god that told you. Basically, your fucking loved one was dying. You take him to you take her to some altar, and some deity's voice is just like, "Hey, do this, and I'll bring her back to life." Basically, after you kill all the Colossuses, you come back and you realize it was actually fucking basically Satan or a demon, or just, it's up to interpretation, but it's definitely a fucking evil spirit. And then he fucking proceeds to try to fucking take over your body. And not to mention, point being, you realize at the end that you were pretty much just tricked by this fucking evil spirit to kill all these Colossuses. Because if I remember correctly, the Colossuses were what was keeping this evil spirit contained, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was so he was like, haha, I can trick this fucking idiot into killing them for me.
Haha! It was I, Dio!
Well-made game. Like, that shit right there. This makes a game. A game with such limited story that the only thing it told you to do was
Go
do
forth
this,
and slay.
But
Well, I love that shit. Because they don't have to give you fucking reason. You just do it. And when the story's so limited like that, it becomes it's not you controlling the character. You almost become the character because it's your motivation. You are the one playing the game, and you are the one continuing. The game doesn't fucking prompt you along. You choose to do it. So then at the end, when you realize that you actually were the bad guy, you were killing innocent, beautiful creatures, you feel like an asshole.
Alexa, what is the release date for the Shadow of Colossus remake?
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Of course you
Fuck
don't.
you, Alexa.
like I said, it really does need to be remade, though. With its sequel, it was definitely Okami, because that was one of my favorite games I've ever played, and I only ever got to play it once. And if I knew how rare that fucking game was, I would have bought that copy at that family video.
Uh-huh.
Because it was only on sale for 10. It was only on sale for 10 at that family video. I rented it for days, and I loved that game. Everything it had.
Wait, so
Whoa. What family video is this?
This was a while ago, I assume.
This was years ago. Like 10.
Fuck! It's probably already been sold by now.
Now, that family video sold almost all of their PlayStation 2 games. I don't think there's any left.
God fucking damn it.
But this is how rare this game is. You can still buy a regular copy of that game full price, and they still have the collector's editions of it for over $100.
Oh yeah.
Still.
That's like the rarity of the Witcher 2's collector's edition. There were only 10,000 of them made. Those sell on Amazon now. Last I checked, because I wanted to buy another one of the busts, because my other one got broke when I moved from Portland to Nashville.
Was that when I was helping you move?
No, that was the previous move.
Oh, I see.
So the bust from Witcher 2 got destroyed, and that bust was beautifully crafted. The collector's edition of it now sells for roughly anywhere from $300 to $600. And I'm like, well, I'm not buying another one of them. So,
yeah, I'll say Okami needs to be my third. Now, Thurman, since you were completely silent that time, surprisingly, do yours.
Congratulations.
So, number one, I'd probably have to say Tatsunoko versus Capcom. Well, no, actually, yeah, I'm gonna say Tatsunoko.
Is that gone? It's still happening.
I feel like that game should have gotten a sequel. It was really fun on the Wii, and now that I'm older, I realize there are a lot more Tatsunoko games than anime that I thought there was, and that game's actually kind of fun.
it really was.
And the gameplay was fairly simple, although they should have added more characters. But other than that, it was enjoyable. So I would like to see that maybe come back.
And with the graphical properties of the Switch versus the fucking Wii, I could see it being a really good game.
Oh.
Yeah. I had them in my head, but I fucking just don't.
Really, Thurman?
I'd probably say number 2 to be shit. I had them in my head, but I'd probably say either Scalar or Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. One of the two. Those are my childhood games on the GameCube, and they were really
I
fun.
haven't heard the name Scalar in fucking years.
Like, Scalar was a really great game. I feel like they could have.
That easily could have had a sequel.
Like, I feel like the sales weren't that bad, but I mean, Scalar was one of those characters that had the potential to be a mascot, but like we
failed.
At the time of the GameCube, we had like already a lot of mascots like Mario, Sonic, Chief.
It got an 8 out of 10 on IGN, so that right there is fucking impressive.
Like people, he was overshadowed by like because the GameCube, PS2, and Xbox era was like the era of like mascots, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like a candidate, but he fell short because of others. So he didn't really get to see a time of day. But his game was actually really fun. And I don't really think it broke the norm when it came to like gameplay mechanics or like something original. But I love the way how you could just like transform your character, shape your character into like different type of monsters. The story was fairly simple.
Yeah, that was one thing it apparently got bashed for, was the really linear story.
And it was fairly simple, like it wasn't like it didn't really it wasn't really trying to break the norm. It was just like a new developer who trying to make a game, and they succeeded. Like it's a great starter game to play, and I would love to see it come back.
It was made by It was published by Take-Two here in the U.S. and the developer was A2M. Is A2M still in business? It is now Behavior Interactive.
Never heard of it.
Latest game was Halo Wars Definitive Edition, so they're still around.
Oh.
So that'd be great. And then number 3. I had a manga in mind, but damn it.
Fail.
There's a manga that got canceled that I would say Red Sprite.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Red Sprite should be revived, to be honest. People
It can go to like Wizard or Kodansha. Or is this is where it gets kind of tricky. Does Jump own the IP to Red Sprite? Because it was in their magazine now?
I don't think they own anything that's canceled.
Hard to say.
Red, you probably know more than I do.
I'm not entirely sure. I don't think that's ever happened where something's been canceled and then brought back. Because something like that, like something that's canceled in like 10 chapters is usually fucking thrown away forever. So it would depend on how long the contract. Like, because I assume when a series is in there, they get a contract. So I actually do not know. That would be interesting, worth looking up.
We'll do more research on that, guys.
Yeah, but I definitely love to see Red Sprite come back. Like, it had so much potential, and it could have gotten. It was actually, David, I remember you saying it was actually the replacement for Bleach. Like, it was supposed to be.
It was literally fucking marketed as the replacement for Bleach, was it not, Red?
It was, because it literally started the week Bleach ended and took its slot.
Yes, and they literally, in the magazine, marketed it as the fucking replacement for Bleach because of that.
Like, it was supposed to have been Jump's one of long running series. Like,
well, they always try for long running because those are what makes them, so.
That's what makes them the money.
Naruto.
It was attempting that.
400 to 600 chapters at least.
Probably.
But I mean, I guess the fans didn't like it or something.
The fans actually liked it. The fans in America, anyway, liked it.
Yeah. See, that's the problem. American and Japanese, they have very differing tastes sometimes. Not always. Occasionally it lines up. Like One Piece they have good taste when it comes to One Piece. They have good taste with My Hero, but like, they didn't like fucking. What was it they didn't like that I got pissed at? Well, I mean, because they always rated like Bleach obviously wasn't doing amazing, but I don't think it ever was worth getting like the last spot.
I mean, I think it was selling well in America because Bleach is very popular.
Bleach always sells well in America, yeah. But I'm trying to remember what else. Because like there's so many good series. Like there was the series that I don't remember the dude's name, but the dude that writes My Hero, the series he did before that.
Barrage.
Barrage. I fucking love Barrage. I read that when it was coming out weekly, and that was the series that made me remember my rule where it has to be 20 chapters or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was Barrage that made me do that rule because I was fucking really into that.
Did that ever get a manga serialization?
No.
Yeah. It was a manga in Shonen for around 15 to 16 chapters, I think.
But did it ever get like a volume release?
Oh yeah, I got volumes.
Alright, well at least it got some sort of closure for fans.
Closure question. I mean, like, it was just one of those like generic, like you know when a fucking series gets canceled, it gets like a really quick ass ending. It was one of those. And
here we see the hero victorious and all is good in this generic ass title Japanese city.
It's one of those like a lot of time. Like, do you remember what was the fucking Thurman? What was that series that I think it was called Demon's Plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember well, Demon's Plan. I had a friend who read Demon's Plan. And, according to him, it was like it was one of those things where like it set up like this big fucking like but then they had to like there was like this like, oh, here's the boss, it's gonna be crazy, and then he had to beat him in like one chapter,
Yeah, the thing is, Demon Plan. If Demon Plan was like serialized back in the '90s, it wouldn't have gotten ad.
What makes you think that?
Because it was building up. It was the way the story was set. It was building up to something big. Like,
that cancellation.
What about it being in the '90s would have changed that?
Because
look at fucking One Piece, Red.
Jump was literally.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Jump was more patient. Let's like, we're not gonna say too far, but let's take a look at the manga that were serialized back then, like the '90s and stuff. A lot of manga back then took a lot of time to build up. One Piece, Hunter, Yu Yu Hakusho. Like a lot of these manga took a while to build up.
Even Bleach, technically.
Yeah, Bleach. I think Bleach had a quicker start than fucking like One Piece, Hunter x Hunter.
But it still had a.
Bleach got me hooked. What? So good.
It still had technically a long build up to a real meaty story arc. I don't consider the first arc.
When it comes to Bleach, I actually prefer the first arc to the Soul Society arc. Have you ever Soul Society arc? Everyone fucking loves the Soul Society arc, but have you ever gone back and looked at it? It's pretty fucking generic.
It might be generic, but it was not as generic for its time frame, I believe. It kind of set like a little bit of a standard for a second arc.
Yeah. It was like, to me, it was like, it's a rescue arc where you go through and people of increasing strength, and you get your white mage, and you get Hanataro, and it was kind of eh.
Yeah, and look at how Naruto kind of copied that formula for its second arc. They had the Sasuke retrieval arc.
I also don't like I love Hunter x Hunter, but I don't like Hunter x Hunter's first arc. First arc's boring.
Yes, it is. It is extremely fucking boring.
Yeah, but that was the ground point, and that's a great example. That's what I feel like most manga that were acts now wouldn't have been acts back then.
You're right.
Back then, Jump was a little bit more lenient when it came to building up story. Because with Hunter x Hunter,
it was like the first arc was. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but I mean, it was very cliche.
If that first arc launched today for Hunter x Hunter, Hunter x Hunter would be axed within 10 chapters.
Yeah, and
you guys don't realize most manga that are popular back then would have been like, I guarantee Dragon Ball Z would have been axed now.
Oh,
literally fucking Ichiro Oda in a fucking interview said with the fucking current rating system, One Piece would have been axed. He said that shit.
Yeah.
In an interview.
He don't give a fuck.
I can name off my head popular manga that would have been axed today. Like
Gintama, Hunter x Hunter, Shaman King, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Shaman King would have been axed like 10th chapter. It's so slow.
Yep.
Like that manga is like great, like one of the best serialized manga, but it starts off so slow.
It is a fucking snail's pace to a story. And I fucking love Shaman King.
Like, Shaman King is an example of give a manga a chance, and it will be great. And Gintama is another prime example. If Gintama was serialized today, it would be axed. And
10
that's scary
chapters.
to think about.
Done.
That's really scary to think about. Like, all these popular manga would have been axed.
That police manga? That police manga that just ended like 3 years? That would have been axed in the first fucking 10 chapters too.
Well, the difference here is that was like a comedy, like that was like our equivalent of like fucking like Archie or some shit.
Yeah, but still, it would have been gone in 10 chapters because of how slow it was.
Yeah. Chris is really quiet. Is he still alive? Okay.
Like, and back to the Demon's plan was set up to be long running. Like, you could tell.
Yep.
Plan, if they would have gave Demon's plan a 10, I feel like it would have been good. Like,
Siren.
The first part, the first part, yeah, it was kind of shaky. But I mean, you can't really judge a manga. I feel like you can't judge a manga until you read its first arc. If the first arc is bad, then you have the right to drop it.
Unless it's JoJo.
You know, see, I was going to say, I disagree. Thurman, I actually disagree with that because, like I said, first arc of One Piece, not good in my opinion. First arc of Hunter x Hunter, not good in my opinion.
Well, because my thing is, the reason why I say that is because, like, I feel like a first arc should always make a good impression on the fan.
Right, but like
if you're a mangaka, go ahead.
Because, like, for me, the first arc of Hunter x Hunter isn't amazing, but its saving grace is the end of it. Because at the very end of the first arc is when you have Killua's brother Illumi come in and mindfuck him and, like, kind of mindfuck hypnotize him to kill that guy, you know? And that was a hook for me because I was like, oh, fuck, I got to see what happens with Killua. Like, so that's how it hooked me. Because, like, the first arc wasn't amazing, but it had a great hook at the end. With One Piece,
there was really no hook.
Well, to me, the first hook in One Piece was Mihawk. When Mihawk fucking showed up and just cut the ship in half, remember?
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess you could consider that hook.
That was the first hook for me, and then the second hook, like the real fucking, like, confirming hook, was Nami's flashback and subsequent stabbing of herself in the arm. That was when I was like, oh shit, this is good.
Okay.
But but One Piece, that took a while. Like, that was like episode like 25 before that shit happened. At least Hunter x Hunter, it was like episode like 18, so a little better.
True.
Yeah, but the reason why I say that though is because, I mean, yes, it's a slippery slope when you say that, but I feel like the first arc should at least get you hooked or get you expected for what's to come.
Okay.
And that's why I say if you don't like the first arc of a manga, then I say it's fair game to drop it because, you know, if the person doesn't care enough to make their first arc good, then why would they make other arcs good?
Okay,
you know?
then fucking Thurman. For that example, tell me why I should care about JoJo.
Oh shit.
Because JoJo, I actually give you that. I'd actually give you that I'd give you that if we were back. If it was back then. If it was back then I understand.
Well, since JoJo's as popular as it is now, I can't really comment on that. But if we were like a little bit earlier, then I would understand. Yeah, you can drop JoJo because part 1 is not the best. But I'm not saying if the first arc is bad, drop it. I'm saying I would understand if you dropped it. If the first arc was bad, because I understand that the first arc is always supposed to make a good impression on it. And obviously, some first arcs are better than others. But I'm saying, like, if I knew somebody who started a manga and he said I dropped it after the first arc because the first arc was bad, and today I would say I'd understand because a first arc is like a first impression. If it's still good, I would say come back later and keep reading it, and it will get better. That's the kind of argument for that.
I'm going to watch the second season eventually. I have a friend that wants to watch it with me, so I will be doing that eventually. I don't know when.
Well, you could always watch your cringy ass dubs on Toonami, airing,
Oh my God.
whatever.
Can we talk, bro, Johnny Young Bosch was not the right choice for that voice.
All I hear is every other character he's ever voiced.
Is that
I'm going through a mind fuck right now.
What's happening, Chris?
If two people on opposite sides of the planet drop a piece of bread, the earth is subsequently made into a sandwich.
Yeah. Is that the first time you read that?
Is that a Hits Blunt meme?
Dude,
God damn it.
I was sharing that fucking shit in middle school, man.
I just saw that for the first time and I'm fucked forever.
That's great. I'm fucked forever. Yeah, let's actually fucking do that. Let's both go to the exact opposite longitude.
Oh, god damn it. No way. Do you know what the opposite of us, right, from where we are at would be?
The middle of the fucking ocean somewhere.
No, actually, technically, globe-wise, we'd be in the middle of fucking Kuwait.
Hold on, there's actually a website that does that shit. Let me fucking, hold on.
I'm pretty sure, if I remember middle school, we would end up in the middle of fucking Kuwait.
If I remember, it was the middle of the fucking ocean somewhere. Yeah, exact opposite side of the world. There's it's called Antipoder. It's a fucking website that does it. Hold on, I'll figure it out. I'll get it.
Okay, Thurman, was that your third one?
Oh, for Red Sprite?
Yeah.
Yeah, was that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, my 3 franchises that need to revive. I gotta think here for a second. Because you took one of mine, you bitch. So, in no particular order, I'm going to have to say one that really needs to revive, and I mean this solely in formula, is Dead Rising. It's gotten so fucking stale.
Our Dead Rising 4 was really bad.
Oh, don't... Yeah. Okay, the fucking trailer was perfect. The trailer was perfect because it did its marketing very, very well. I'm playing through number 3 right now. I just started it. I'm attempting to play through it, I should say. Solely because it's on Xbox Game Pass. I'm like, well, I can get a couple quick achievements and keep my lead from Alberto. Because we're basically doing this competition.
I just sent it in Skype there, David. That's what the website that tells me for the exact opposite of Cedar Springs, Michigan. It's just in the middle of the Indian Ocean.
Oh, fun. Fun. Okay. You were right, I was wrong. Congratulations.
Well, I remember fucking looking this shit up at college once, like, just out of curiosity.
Ah, which college?
I think it was actually back at IGT at some point, but you must have not been there, or you just don't remember.
I don't remember it if it was at ICT. But solely on formula because it's gotten so stale, it's so bad. Even if the marketing worked, Dead Rising 4 was just a rehash of Dead Rising 1. If you're to the point...
Oh, go, sorry.
If you're to the point where you're just like, you know what was really successful, let's mimic that and make it a game again. And not ever fucking expand on it, never take risks, then there's no point in continuing your franchise.
Well, yeah, I remember it looked boring too, because fucking Game Grumps was trying to play Dead Rising 4, I remember. And I remember, like 3 episodes into it, Aaron was like, can we just go back and play, 2?
2 was fun. 2 took risks. 2 did not follow a generic-ass stereotype of zombie humor. It did something original, especially the motorbike aspect of it. That was really fun. But it just...
Dead Rising 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dead Rising 2 was fun. The way they presented combat in that one was great.
Yep.
It was so much better than the first one. It fixed a lot of the bullshit from the first one. It was just really cohesive and flowed better. 3 felt like a different game entirely.
That's why I'm open to try it. And it's free. So I wasted no money if I don't like it.
Why was it free?
Because it was bundled with the Xbox Game Pass. You pay $10 and you get access to all these fucking games.
It's like PlayStation Now.
Oh.
So you pay $10 a month, you get access to like, I think it's like up to 250 some games.
Nice.
Like, well, I can try it for no risk.
So you're just able to stream them.
Pretty much. And you can buy them to keep them at a discounted rate. I got fucking Payday 2 on here. I got it on my laptop because it was free for a month as well. I'm like, yeah, well, I'll just download it there, download it here. I can play Payday 2 whenever I want now.
Payday is one of those games where you need to play that shit online because the AI in that game sucks.
Dude, don't even... I tried to play that shit offline. The AI is so bad for the fucking allies, but the enemies are like John Wick. Which is ironic because John Wick is in Payday 2.
And to play John Wick.
Yeah. I was playing as John Wick and getting wrecked like the enemies were John Wick. Another franchise I really think needs to revive, and it just seems like it's the right time. Hero 108. Does anybody remember that cartoon?
Shit, that was a good cartoon.
I've been rewatching some episodes on Xfinity On Demand. I'm like, this is the perfect cartoon to bring back right now.
Definitely.
Because
I think the animation been better though.
Yeah. Another one I really like that I will say would be an honorable mention would be Skunk Fu.
Oh my god, dude! Yes, that cartoon was
Dude,
lit.
Skunk Fu was awesome.
Oh my
But you
god.
want to know what one that nobody remembers and nobody mentions anymore?
What is that?
Shaolin Showdown.
They did a sequel series.
No, it got a season 2.
It got a sequel series, technically. I think it was...
I don't know if it was good or not, but...
It didn't last, so I'm assuming it wasn't. Let me look it up.
Well, it's like they added like another...
Shaolin Chronicles is what it was
Know
called.
Right now, that it doesn't fucking matter if shit's good. Just stay on.
No, the thing is, it's a negative effect. Here's how it works. If a cartoon is good, it's going to get canceled. If a cartoon is shit, it's going to get popular. That's how it works now in America.
Because negative attention is better than no attention.
Okay, so apparently it lasted 26 episodes.
Yep, and let's go back to Cartoon Network and look at their time slot.
No, I literally cannot fucking do that. My soul will fucking die.
Teen Titans Go. And that one new show. That's it. That's all. That's all.
Like, oh, is that cartoon even good?
Okay, so apparently Shaolin Chronicles is a Canadian-American animated CG television series presented as a continuation of the Warner Brothers series Shaolin Showdown. The series premiered on August 26th of 2013 with 3 back-to-back episodes serving as a preview. The full series premiered September 14th, 2013. It was produced by Action Flix Media Corporation in collaboration with French studio... I'm not even going to attempt to fucking pronounce that. Due to copyrights, some elements of the original show had to be changed. The show aired for 20 episodes from August 26, 2013 to March 6, 2014 on Disney XD, leaving the last 6 episodes unaired in the United States until July 1st, 2015, when Chronicles was made available to watch on Netflix. In a newsletter published on July 25th, 2015, creator Christy Huey, I think that's how you say her name, announced that Chronicles will not continue with a second season and that it was planned to be a standalone series. However, she stated that there will be a new Shaolin project that will continue in a format similar to that of Showdown.
So what is Disney XD's time slot looking like? Because I know Disney XD is doing just as bad as Nickelodeon Cartoon Network.
Okay, let me see. I'm also going to say my third franchise that needs a revive, and it desperately it was one of my favorite games back in the day. And it just turned to shit near the end. And that is Dead Space. I absolutely... I refuse to even count Dead Space 3 as existing.
Like, I was told that it went like it strayed away from what the original like aspect of the game was. Like,
pretty much.
Like, playing it, but I played that game solely offline.
Yeah.
So instead of it becoming like a horror type with limited ammo, it became like a shooter, basically.
It became like a shooter. And let me put it this way.
Sitting there ripping off body parts and using them as projectiles.
See, I love the limb system. I love that. That was so inventive. It was so innovative, man. It was so perfect.
It was extremely important in that one. Your stasis was one of the most important things in Dead Space 3.
Yeah.
There are some enemies that completely require you to use nothing but stasis in that.
Exactly.
Because you can't kill them otherwise.
Here, let me take this thing's tentacle and throw it at your head and spear you. And then I will kill you. And then I will take your severed head and use it to kill this enemy over here. It was perfect. But the multiplayer... Oh!
They turned it into a shooter online.
The multiplayer was solely pay to win. You could unlock the best fucking gear if you paid money for it.
So it was like Lost Planet 3, basically.
Yeah, that's another one I loved, but it just turned to shit. Lost Planet 1 was a great game. Lost Planet 2 was okay. Lost Planet 3, I wanted to rip my balls off.
I played Lost Planet 3. I don't know where it is now, but online was okay, but...
The story was perfect. The story made sense. It was great. The fucking when you try too hard to make your game matter in a competitive aspect, nobody will ever compete with Call of Duty or Battlefield in the shooter field. It's impossible.
Besides Overwatch.
Overwatch is its own niche, really. It's more of competitive.
And Halo.
And Halo's its own niche. Those games are kind of a separate entity from the two core shooters. Halo, I won't even... As many episodes as I've touched on how much I hate Halo 5's multiplayer, I will not even bring it up past this comment. Because at this point, I feel like I'm going to end up getting sued by 343.
No.
We're not important enough yet.
Here's the reason why I don't really consider Halo to be like one of the big dogs when it comes to shooters, because it's strictly to one console.
Exactly.
Well, I welcome it if they want to sue us, because that would be just the attention we need to get popular.
Right? Small YouTube channel, Planet Unity, is under lawsuit by 343 Industries.
About masturbating.
Yeah, exactly. And like podcast that gets average 30 views gets fucking sued by a multi-billion-dollar company, million, assumedly.
You guys think I have $1 million? Maybe between three of us in student loan debts we have $1 million, but nah, B, nah.
No, this is what I'm gonna say. Halo doesn't really count amongst that because it's only on one console. Battlefield and Call of Duty are out on everything.
Exactly.
Well, Overwatch.
So's Overwatch, but it's its own niche.
I'm pretty sure that Capcom has the number 3. And you don't even, and it's funny because you don't even, Lost Planet doesn't even feel like a Capcom game, but it is. So
it really doesn't.
Capcom's just like, okay, number 3, people will buy it even if it bombs because we're Capcom. So we're gonna fail and make this game as shitty as possible. So number 3, Lost Planet 3, they canceled Mega Man Legends 3, and it seems like almost every number 3 titles they have into bumps, besides Street Fighter Third Strike and Mega Man 3, the original Mega Man 3, and Mega Man X3.
Thurman, just don't even bring up a single Street Fighter ever. Past number 2. Because they will eventually attempt to remake it, and remake it, and remake it, and remake it, and remake it.
There's like 3 different versions of 2 and 3.
I know.
And
And there's 3 different versions of 4. And there will probably be 3 versions of 5. And there will probably be, and when they make it fucking 6, they will probably have 3 different versions of it. Because Capcom is Mr. Krabs.
They can't even afford to make a 6. They had to have. They needed help from
to believe that Street Fighter 6 is even done.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's probably in development.
They don't have enough money to make 6. They needed help from Sony to make number 5.
I find that extremely hard to believe unless they sank every fucking penny into making Resident Evil 7. Because let's face it,
all of their money and putting it into making fucking Dragon's Dogma online for all platforms. Because I cannot stress enough how good of a game Dragon's Dogma is. The only downside about it was there was no true multiplayer. The only multiplayer option was your pawns could go help somebody else. That was it.
That was it, and it worked. It worked.
Capcom was.
You just didn't really feel that fulfilled because everybody wanted to be like, yeah, I want to fucking play Dragon's Dogma with like a full group of my friends. This would be the most awesome experience of my life.
It would be.
A 4-person group of buddies doing shit? Fuck yeah.
It would be. It would be what Elder Scrolls Online should have fucking been.
By the way, may I interject here? I found another funny like post in the Miiverse of Splatoon, and I took a screen cap of it this time. And it's just someone that wrote, "Bernie would have won." I love it.
Bernie would have won if Hillary hadn't fucking bought out the DNC.
Well, yeah, I saw another Splatoon meme today. It was one with like Pearl and Marina.
Yeah.
And he was making fun of Buenos Dias, Mandy.
By the way, quick tangent. They made, like, I've talked about this before, but, like, I've really been, like, you know, looking at it a bit deeper, if you know what I mean. They made Marina so fucking hot. It is unbelievable. Like, it's, like even the way, like, during Splatfest, David, did you play at Splatfest at all?
Yeah, I played a little bit of it. I did not do very well.
Did you watch, like, you know how they're performing? Like, the two waifus are performing on stage?
Yep.
Fucking, if you just watch the anime, like, the way they animate her, she is just, it's so subtle, but there's just, like, the hip shape, it is fucking ridiculous. Like, I thought they were going hard on the waifu game with Callie and Marie. They're fucking losing their shit. They are going nuts.
They're like, well, Rule 34 exists, we might as well exploit it.
Like, Marina's pants, or, like, whatever the fuck they are, they're, like, literally at the level where, like, if it went down 1 more millimeter, you'd be able to see her squid clitoris.
She looks so much better than her fucking partner.
Well, that's the thing, and like the partner is very clearly going for like the lolly fucking like snaggletooth audience.
David, timestamp.
Yeah, I that needs an edit.
Literally, like I'm gonna put on
That's going on a shirt. That's going on a shirt.
Make it a ketchup.
Literally, I will fucking. Like, I'll put up a picture. Look at like one how they have her dressed. Like it's just it's fucking crazy how hot she is. It's uncomfortably hot.
Red has got a hard on for a squid.
Like the whole
do, okay? Don't act like you look at Marina right now and you tell me you don't.
No comment.
Exactly.
This is exactly what I'm saying about that, though. Marina's also the one that's completely agreeable. Because in the current debate on there, it's between mayonnaise and ketchup as a condiment.
Yeah. Yep.
I wonder what the next Splatfest will be.
Yo.
I fucking love the, like, they were doing, like, arguments on, like, which one's better, and Marina's, like, argument against mayo was like, oh my gosh, like she was just, like, ranting on it, and she was like, and another thing, like, when you take it out, refrigerator, it still feels warm in your mouth. And I was like, fucking yes! It does! Why?
And you can't tell me that wasn't a sexual innuendo.
I mean, I guess it's...
I can't remember which one it was. Wasn't it like cookies versus cake?
The last one was ice cream versus cake.
Which one lost?
I don't know. Let me look it up real quick.
Because I know it's like, it's now illegal. This is law now.
Oh, yeah. Which is confirmed. Whatever fucking loses Splatfest becomes illegal in the Inkling universe.
See, Jesus Christ. What if they say, what do they ask if women or men, what do they ask if people prefer women or men? Say, oh, it's all men or men from Splatfest.
Well, because like it's kind of dark because the last one in the last game was Callie versus Marie. Marie won, and guess what? Callie is the bad guy in this fucking in the campaign mode. She joined the fucking dark side essentially, like the equivalent of the dark side. So like I like to imagine she was shunned from society, and she fucking went and joined.
Hold on for a second, guys.
Okay.
I gotta go eat myself real quick.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Oh,
so
anyway.
Red, it's your top three.
I'll do my... Yeah. Okay, so, number 3 is gonna be fucking. I know we've talked about this a lot, but I need a Teen Titans revival, a good one. Actual Teen Titans.
Well, based on in the schedule for Cartoon Network, apparently, Varric, one of our mutual friends from Planet Unity, actually said that he saw on the schedule the original Teen Titans.
Was it 15 minutes?
No, it has full episodes at 6 or 8 his time, so I don't know.
On Boomerang? On Boomerang?
No, on actual fucking Cartoon Network.
How much dick the Cartoon Network have to suck to put that on there?
Well, they still own it, man.
They still own the IP, or they could not have made Teen Titans Go.
Technically, Warner Brothers owns Cartoon Network, but I'm saying, like...
Warner Brothers, please save our ratings. We suck dick. We suck dick for saving ratings. No, please.
What is this accent, and why does it represent Cartoon Network's management?
The thing I don't understand about that is Warner Brothers has the ability to. The thing is that I can compliment Disney on is that Disney is milking Marvel shows like to all hell. Of
course.
Marvel and Star Wars.
Like this is like about 50 different Marvel shows on Disney XD, which literally like it's like Spider-Man.
The new Spider-Man. You got the
like Avenger, like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like there's a crap ton of shows that Disney is milking Marvel.
Well, they own it.
Disney XD.
Well, if you bought Marvel, wouldn't you?
And I'm like 50-50 on that because sometimes the show could be bad, sometimes it could be good. But
I'm hoping this new Spider-Man is worth a damn.
Warner Bros. Is not doing that at all. They're not even putting they have so many opportunities to make smaller comic book characters famous on Cartoon Network by putting their cartoons on there. They can make Superman more famous, Batman, even villains. They got spin-offs and everything.
How about fucking lesser heroes, like not like Superman and Batman? How about we get?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like lesser heroes.
I want a fucking Nightwing show.
They can make lesser heroes that aren't even famous on Cartoon Network. They're going to try to milk Teen Titans so bad that doesn't make any sense. Like I compliment Disney a lot because I hate Disney, but they're being smart when it comes to milking the hell out of Marvel and making a crap ton of Marvel shows to make it people know that Marvel exists. Warner Brothers is not doing that. They are trying to. What they're doing is they're putting in useless cartoons or useless cartoonists who literally are just making crappy shows just to get a paycheck. And they have the opportunity to put. They have a lot of IPs that they can bring back. So
He's fucking like hitting his fucking table right now. He's so angry.
So I have my poster. They can do so much stuff with that. They can literally make their. Cause we know that Disney, DC is destroying Marvel when it comes to animations right now. There's no contest. And they've proven that they can make a damn animation if they want to. They can literally make a spin-off series of one of their most least, they can make literally the Doom Patrol. I would enjoy a Doom Patrol cartoon, but they're so busy with trying to bring out these god-awful cartoons that no one asked for. Hey KO, who asked for that cartoon? It doesn't
Well, Thurman, the reason that show was greenlit was because people downloaded the fucking OK Go pizza delivery app more than 1 million times. That is why that got made into a fucking show.
People
They had an app that did Chris's job.
If I could draw, if I had the talent to be a cartoonist, I swear on my life I would bring back the golden days of cartoon.
I fucking feel the same way. I wish I could draw.
Let's hire Utina to draw a cartoon for Cartoon Network.
I mean, that would be a lot of money.
I swear on my life, if I had the talent to be a CEO or work, I'll be a higher up for Cartoon Network, Disney, or Nickelodeon. I swear on my life, I would make them great again.
Do you know how many things I would fucking animate if I could draw? If I could draw,
I want a Final Fantasy cartoon on Cartoon Network.
I would go into a fucking cave for a month and animate the Hisoka Corolla fight myself if I could draw.
I swear on my...
I wouldn't even bother writing my novel. I just draw it.
Yeah.
Here's a manga of my novel.
So hard for Cartoon Network and Nick to stop bringing in these cartoonists who give in half-ass ideas. I don't understand how they're getting greenlit. People, they don't even care for creativity anymore. I can literally put
Thurman,
a dog and a cat in a cartoon with bullshit plot, and now get greenlit.
I was just gonna fucking say that. Wasn't that literally fucking Cat Dog? There was no fucking plot whatsoever, and it got greenlit.
Cat Dog was good.
It was good, but it had no plot. And you were just saying I could draw a cat and a dog with no plot bullshit, and I could fucking get it greenlit. You literally described the show Cat Dog.
Cat Dog had a purpose. That had a purpose.
What fucking purpose?
The purpose was simple. It was a cat and a dog binding together, living together, and it's in a city. That, and it was the troubles of having a cat and dog together.
My question is, what the fuck is Craig McCracken doing with his life right now? Because that guy's fucking genius. I want to know, what's he doing?
Let's Google it.
All the shitty ass cartoons.
He made Powerpuff Girls, then he made Monsters, but then he went over to Disney and made a show called Wander Over Yonder. Did you ever watch that?
It was decent.
It got 2 seasons and then it got canceled.
I told you, this good stuff get canceled.
Yeah. Wander, he was very visually pissed on Twitter about it when he was fucking triggered when his show got canceled because he was if I remember correctly, he even fucking made sly little tweets well, I put my heart into this and it's gone.
It's just a shame that
I wasn't a fan of Wander Over Yonder, but I respected the fact that he made it.
I assume it was at least, even if it wasn't your thing, I assume considering it was made by Craig McCracken, it had really good art and shit.
Oh my god, the art was fucking beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I still didn't like it. The last thing he did besides Wander Over Yonder was he designed the Wonderbolts uniforms for My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
Ha!
He has an executive producer credit for the pilot episode of Uncle Grandpa and Regular Show because he was part of the Cartoon Institute.
Yeah, Cartoon Institute.
He was the writer and storyboard artist for Chowder. Executive creator of... I did not like Chowder. I don't know why, I just didn't.
I liked a bit of Chowder. I think there was episodes that I liked, and then there was episodes that I thought were horrible. Weird.
He did Foster's, Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory, Dumb and Dumber, Intermode 5, Diggs Tallywagger.
Gimby did Dexter's derogatory.
No, he's talking about he did like even if he did like one episode, he's got credit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
he has not done anything since last year.
It's just my whole premise is that they're not even trying anymore. It's like any cartoon idea that they get, they'll just shut down. And it's like you guys have so many IPs. Like hell, you could like another mention for my show I would revise is Duck Dodgers. Like I'm rewatching that show, and that show was extremely well made. The comedy, like the action, like everything in that was just like beautifully made. And it's just like you guys had the opportunity to make all these cartoons. You guys had Hanna-Barbera. You guys literally had cartoonists that are making you money. And instead of going back to that time where you guys actually evaluated and went to the storyboard and picked and choose cartoons that were good and whatnot, and nowadays you guys are just spewing out anything that you're being handed to, it doesn't make sense. It's lazy for a company to just spew out low tier shit and expect to get money from that.
Thurman.
They do that. Thurman. The problem is the problem is they do get money. Companies are always going to do what the lowest effort for the money. And as long as people keep watching this shit, and by people I mean brain dead little children, they will keep making it.
Thurman, here's the issue that every fan of animation in general faces. These companies work as a business first.
Yep.
And creators second. If they can make a quick fucking paycheck, they are going to make the quick fucking paycheck.
If it's not made out of passion, then it's not going to be made. That's why I like Madhouse, because they've gone on record and said, we actually put passion into our shit. That's why they typically do one fucking you notice Madhouse does like one anime at a time and not like 500, because they put their heart and soul into everything they make.
Well, here's another example, Thurman. They did the last good cartoons, in my opinion, the Cartoon Network made were the series that came right before Cartoon Network's Teen Titans Go. Those were like animated series like Beware the Batman, the Green Lantern animated series, Young Justice. These three, for their little DC block, that was powered by their partners Warner Brothers, as you've clearly stated that they own. They were really well made. Okay, whose phone is that?
Not me. Thurman, Chris, mute your phone.
What are you guys hearing?
Vibration.
Vibration. If your phone's vibrating, please either mute the chat or something.
Oh no, that's not me.
Chris, you mind muting your chat?
What chat?
Alright, well, someone's phone's vibrating all the time, so.
It's not me. All my stuff's completely muted.
Well, okay, well, it's either Thurman or Chris. Not
It might actually be Facebook proper on my end.
Fucking David, you're making me blame them.
I just saw that I ended up getting a notification there from one of my friends who just had a kid. So congratulations.
Oh wow! Well, I guess it's worth the vibration.
I'm gonna be on my chats just in case.
Well,
But
anyway, let me fucking. Can I move on to my number two? Because
because you guys are making a valid point, and it pisses me off that you guys are correct. You guys are right. It's all about the money.
Yeah.
They don't care for.
What I was going to say.
There will always be a couple shows. There's always going to be those few companies, those few shows that actually do it for passion, like Madhouse, like Studio Bones, like fucking the occasional, I'm not a big fan of Steven Universe, but I can tell that a lot of heart is put into that show. You know.
Yep. What I was going to say there, before you continue, was those properties there got canceled so they could launch Teen Titans Go. Adult Swim ended up picking up Beware the Batman for the final episodes that never aired, and they got rave reviews. So if Adult Swim could pick up, like Green Lantern, because there was still an unaired season of. Alright, that was not me. there was still a season of Green Lantern animated series that never aired and never got released on DVD. So they could actually air that if they wanted to. But since Warner Brothers is owned by Cartoon Network, they could potentially save the ratings, or, well, Warner Brothers owns Cartoon Network, I should say. They could save the ratings by doing those series again, because there was still a couple of IPs that they never aired from that DC franchise that they did. One of them was another season of Young Justice, but unfortunately that's going on the Warner Brothers app next year, so they can't do that. But they could do something along the lines of a Nightwing series, like Thurman said. They could do some of the lesser-known superheroes and make money. They could do, like, Nightwing. They could do fucking Doom Patrol. They could do a Green Arrow animated series that was rumored to be in the works. They could do shit like that and potentially save the ratings. But carry on, Red.
Well, my next one's gonna be the Ape Escape series.
Of course.
Oh yes, I agree.
Thank you. Fucking Ape Escape was amazing.
Ape Escape was a great game.
God. Like, I'm not even that into I've slowly been falling out of gaming. Like, I still play a couple games, but not nearly as many as I used to. Just because my interests shifted over to mostly anime and not, like, gaming as much anymore. But there's a couple games, like Splatoon is the big one that kept me interested in gaming. If it wasn't for Splatoon, I wouldn't have a fucking Switch. But,
Heathen.
Ape Escape is a game that I know for a fact if it came back, or if I could fucking, like, you know, like, if there was a way to, like, download Ape Escape on, like, the PS3, because I don't want to fucking get a PS2 again just to fucking play Ape Escape. But, point being, I know...
Well, they're not going to have it on a PS3.
I know they're not.
Because they're going to be shutting off the PS3 servers next year.
Well, right. Well, you know what I mean.
Thurman, quit posting in every fucking group.
If they fucking... Yeah, Thurman, fucking try concentrating a bit. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, but if they did, like, what they did with Crash Bandicoot, but for Ape Escape, and they put it on the PS4, that would make me buy a PS4. I'd buy a PS4 for that shit.
Oh, it's starting at $2.99 now.
Well, and because it's not like that's the only game I'd buy it for, but that would certainly be the straw that broke the camel's back. Because, you know, then I could get that, and the Crash Bandicoot stuff, and Mortal Kombat, and the new Naruto fighting game. There's enough shit on PS4 that I'd want to buy it.
Well, you might as well just wait a couple months, Red, if you're going to buy it for the Naruto game. Because they're just re-releasing a fucking bundle of all the Naruto Ultimate Storm games. So you might just wait till they do that. Save you about $60.
Ape Escape just had, like, such a unique feel to me. I really liked the fact that it wasn't, like, predominantly, like, based off of fighting. It was based off of... Okay. That's great, Thurman. It wasn't predominantly based off of fighting. It was based off of, like, catching the monkeys, you know? So it had, like, almost like a stealth feel to a lot of the games as well. And like, more than any other game I've ever played, there was, like, an element of, like, strategy and, like, okay, how am I going to catch this one? Like, I remember when I played that game as a kid, I just so enjoyed, like scoping out the monkeys, using the monkey radar, and, like, there was a lot of fucking cool gadgets. It was so interesting, such a unique game. And if 4 came out, if they made a fucking Ape Escape 4, I would be hyped as fuck. So yeah. And
I agree with what you're saying, man.
Yeah, you have thoughts on
the one? There was one that was released in Japan.
Yeah, but it wasn't the same type of game. It was like a fucking, it was called, like, Million Monkeys or something. It was like a fucking...
Yeah, it was like an action-adventure.
It was weird. Like, I saw clips of it on YouTube. It did not look like actual, like, games, you know? There was that, and then there was a PlayStation Move, like, mini-game fest, which was also bullshit.
Fun fact, they actually had a crossover with Metal Gear Solid. Like
yeah. I remember that Ape Escape 3. There was I think it was Ape Escape 3. There was a fucking either 2 or 3. I don't remember. No, it was 3. They actually, like, there was a fucking mode in that game. I remember this where, like, there was, like, a Metal Gear Solid monkey. I remember this shit, like a snake monkey.
You know,
I completely forgot about that.
They actually referenced that in Metal Gear Snake Eater too.
Oh yeah. Good
Nice.
shit. What up,
The
Chris?
truest fact in all of the world, no matter how good you are, There is always some Asian kid better than you.
Why, did you just get destroyed on Overwatch?
No, I'm watching a video of some guy playing this fucking drum game, and I'm seriously wondering what the hell Asians do.
Nothing. Just that.
So they're mastering.
I just wonder what they're doing to this good at games, because I remember seeing a video clip of some guy playing like one of those generic zombie games at an arcade, and he was being both first player and second player. He was kicking the game ass.
That's fucking
He was
funny.
going fucking akimbo. He was even mimicking the game and shit. He was going all out. Going all fucking Rambo on the shit.
Was he playing House of the Dead?
I'm not sure what he was playing. I'm just sitting like, God damn it.
But it was like, yeah, he was.
If you can do House, if it's House of the Dead, I can do that shit.
House of the Dead isn't really that bad.
House of the Dead, I can kick the fucking shit out of that game with my eyes closed.
You just need a shit ton of quarters.
No, I would not need a shit ton of quarters. I memorized the patterns of that arcade game.
I mean,
I spent my days at the arcade as a child.
I mean, it's not about, like, you're gonna die. Like, that game is, like, unless you're, like, extremely skilled at not taking a hit, like, you're gonna die. So that's what
I have only ever died in that game 3 times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're gonna need quarters to keep going.
I automatically always put 3 lives in. And then whatever I don't need, I just refund.
It's either you play until you run out of quarters and you go to something else, or you keep putting quarters in until you somehow make it to the final boss. I don't know how long.
Like the fucking, what you just said there, Thurman, sounded like that fucking Batman quote. Like, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
That's actually great, actually.
But, yeah, I've been struggling to think of a third one, so I guess I'm just gonna fucking, speak with what we were talking about before and say Barrage.
Barrage?
The first fucking thing from My Hero Academia. Because it had a very, like, the fucking beginning of that series blows my cocking kidding mind. Okay, who has read it? I know Thurman has, but anyone else?
I have.
You did, David?
Yes.
Okay, so basically, that series is fascinating because it starts off with there's two like kids, one of which who is like the prince of this entire fucking like country, and the other is like this really poor boy who takes care of orphans like on the slums, right? But both of them look exactly the same, like exactly the same. So this prince, through like kind of watching his citizens, sees this kid who looks exactly like him, and this prince doesn't want to be prince. He hates being a prince. He wants to just like live a normal like life as a kid. So he fucking like sneaks out of the castle one day and finds this kid, like quickly hands him his clothes and his crown and shit. He's like, bam, okay, you're the prince now. I'm fucking failing. The second he does that shit, the kid who is the actual prince gets fucking just like shot, like boom, dead. And like his like guards come up, and assuming that the kid who isn't the prince, who says he has his clothes, they assume he's the prince, and he's like, oh my gosh, Prince, are you okay? So it's the fucking like, it's such a good hook, because it's like, okay, the actual prince is dead, now this kid has to pretend to be the fucking prince of this entire country. It was beautiful. It was very interesting premise.
Damn, dude.
Did you remember that? It's such a fucking hook. I remember that blew my mind. It was like, oh, all right, you're the prince, and then I just expect him to run away and we'd never see him again. But no, next page, bam, he's shot. And I'm like, oh my god. And it wasn't like no pussy shot either. I don't remember what exactly happened, but I remember it was very obvious he was dead. There was no question about it. Like, it was either, it must have been through the head or something, but he was dead.
You can survive a small caliber bullet to the head.
What's the manga's name? I know. I forgot what it was.
My Hero Academia guy. I'd have to fucking look at my volumes, but I don't feel like it.
David, that's your job, bro.
1 second, god damn it.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna go to the match. I can't really fucking check right now.
Yeah, Red, it's funny too because you know Hungry Joker.
Yes.
That's the manga. Well, Black Clover made that series.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa, what? Wait a minute. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Hungry Joker was good though.
Thank you.
And it's like they have to, and it's funny because they have to like you have to try again in order to like, and that's the weird thing. That's why I feel like people don't really like Jump that much, is because they'll make you drop a series for something else.
Yeah,
and I assume that you can keep making manga for Jump even if you fail multiple times.
Yo, yeah, they just let you keep trying new shit. Like, all right, let's see what else sticks.
Because I saw a documentary about like Akira Toriyama, how like literally every manga he made before Dr. Slump like bombed.
Oh yeah.
And like
So the name is Kohei Horikoshi.
Horikoshi, yep, that's what I thought.
Because he made 2 manga before that. He made a zoo manga, which I'm currently reading. It was actually, the premise wasn't really that bad, but it got axed at 38 chapters, and then he made Barrage. And this guy has great ideas when it comes to, because he's very open-minded, because he's a great fan of American comics as well. That's where his inspiration.
I love it. I love him.
Yeah, that's where inspiration from My Hero Academia came from, because he's a fan of comics. I think I don't know what his favorite comic book series is, but he's a big fan of Marvel and DC, like American comics. So he gets an inspiration from that, and I'm really proud of him because Barrage and the Zoo manga weren't really that bad, but I guess they didn't really.
They were really not popular. I remember Barrage always laughed.
So he got what he deserved when it came here.
What I remember too, it was actually it was really touching too, because I remember like one of the volume note, one of like, you know how there's like, well, you don't know this, fucking Thurman, you thought a volume had 1 chapter in it, but
fighting.
The fucking author comments on the front of like one of the volumes was him like kind of just like thanking all of the readers for like helping him get like a successful series.
Yeah.
Like, I still find it kind of sad though, because you kind of notice that like, even though I love My Hero Academia, it's still a much more generic storyline than like Barrage was, because unfortunately you notice that what succeeds is like the baseline shonen stereotypes, and what doesn't,
as I call it, shonen shit storyline.
Yeah, so it's like Hungry. You said Hungry Joker was written by the Black Clover guy, which and Hungry Joker was fucking really unique and interesting. So that leads me to believe that this guy is a good writer, but out of desperation to get a series, he was like, okay, I have all these amazing ideas, but that doesn't work, so I guess I'll just dumb it down and create a stupid ass story.
And I never read Hungry Joker myself, but I heard it was damn good. Like people keep saying that Hungry Joker was falsely axed.
Yeah, Hungry Joker was, well, guess what? It was fucking really unique, really different, really, really fascinating series. But it was one of those series that was like old.
In our defense, though, you probably have to plan the Japanese audience for that, though, because like you said before, we have different, like, when it comes to like our taste, we have different tastes. So they probably like the shonen, the regular shonen stuff. That's why SAO is so popular there.
They seem not to. They seem to not anymore, actually, because like, keep in mind that a lot of, because like Demon's Plan was like standard shonen. Red Sprite was kind of standard shonen, wasn't it?
Yeah, but the thing is though about that was they were unique. Like I said before, if Red Sprite or Demon Plan was made back in the 90s, it wouldn't be axed, because those series started off slow, and they needed to build up in order to be good. That's the thing. Demon's Plan would have been actually, I'm hyping it up, but to be honest, Demon's Plan actually would have been an amazing manga if it had time to develop. But since it didn't, they had to act the same with Red Sprite. Red Sprite probably would have been the Bleach. Like, if taking time to develop the characters, develop the story promise was pretty decent. The idea of it was, but they didn't give it the time of day because it had a slow start. See, because Jump doesn't care about slow starts; they care about what's action now. If it gets views now,
a perfect example of that is Promised Neverland Chapter 1.
Oh, my pussy.
And that's actually rare. It's rare for a manga in today's age to be good, to start off strong and be good. Stay that way.
I know, yeah, because that's what and I'm gonna catch back up with Promised Neverland eventually. I'm gonna hope to this week at some point, because I've heard it's gotten really good again. I was getting a little bit sick of it during the fucking forest bullshit, but I was like, okay, the enemy has gone from really interesting fucking like the mamas to a fucking tree. Either way.
I'm going to binge read it during my time off of college.
Because it's like it shows you how well, because like let's be honest here, a manga takes time to develop. Like, in order for a good manga to be good, you're gonna have to take time to develop the characters of the story. That's what Jump doesn't understand. Is that if you want your manga to be good, you're going to have to keep the first chapter interesting, but also make chapters after to not rush it, but also keep it slow developed. That's what Demon Plant and Red Sprite was doing. It wasn't rushing anything. So the whole premise was Red Sprite. I know you guys probably haven't read it, but Red Sprite basically the kid escaped.
I read it.
The kid escaped from basically becoming a battery. Like all of his friends basically were kidnapped by the government to become like electrical batteries and whatnot. And his goal was to create his own country. And he started off by basically declaring war with the government, and also saving one of his friends who had one of the highest electricity makeup in his body. And the whole point was he was going to go one by one and pick up all of his friends who were missing. And that took a lot of build-up. Like, it would have been great because we wouldn't have known. Like, maybe one of his friends would have become part of the government. Maybe one of his friends was dead. We wouldn't know. Like, if Red Sprite had taken time to build up, that story would have been great because it would have been able to have a story where it was just like this kid who was fighting against the government while also trying to find and save his friends, and that would have been a great story if had it taken off the time. Because come back to Hunter x Hunter and One Piece, those two were slow as hell when they first got, and that was like you can consider kind of like One Piece in a sense. Because One Piece, we had no idea how long it would take him to get all the friends that he had before. We had no idea he was going to get like Zoro, Nami, Sanji, Luffy. Like it took Luffy time to get all of this pirate crew that he had now, and Oda did that very well. Red Sprite was similar to that. It would have taken a lot of time for him to get all his friends on to his crew per se, but they didn't like he stopped.
But Chump wanted it done in one chapter.
I still think it's possible. Hold on, Thurman. Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's harder, but it definitely is possible to because like you don't have to rush you don't have to rush everything. I think the best way to do it, and what a lot of manga try to do now, is have a big fucking crazy hook at the beginning, like Promised Neverland, like Fullmetal Alchemist. Like
the only way they can survive.
Edward.
Yeah. But like, look how Promised Neverland like hooked you, right? It hooks you with the fucking premise, and then at that point it's got people hooked enough to not drop it. So
exactly.
The author can still go like at their own pace with it.
This is a thing about Promised Neverland though that was kind of confusing me with you, Red. You said that you wanted to see them start exploring the world and start expanding and shit. Yeah. When they actually are starting to show expansion of the world with hostile plant life like that completely threw them off guard, and the only thing they had any kind of reference to that with was a fucking fantasy novel.
Yeah.
That's expanding. That's exactly what
you're right.
You were pushing them out.
You are right. I guess, to me, I don't know why it just wasn't crazy interesting to me with the tree thing. I think I assumed too much, right? Like, I assumed that they were going to fucking like spend like fucking 30 chapters on like just like, okay, here's the next plant. That's what I assumed was gonna happen. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna let a couple.
No, I can already tell you right now that does not.
Yeah, from what I've heard, it's not. Don't spoil anything for me because I will try to catch up.
I'm not spoiling anything for you. I'm saying the next characters that are introduced are absolutely amazing and are so fucking well done.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, no, and you're right. And you know what? I've been honestly.
I can literally go and finish it up right now.
You know what? I fucking will. I have nothing else better to do tonight. I fucking will do that.
Okay, right now, and then we will discuss.
Well, no, I can't fucking do it right now during the fucking podcast.
Not during the podcast. I'm talking like after we're done.
Yeah, I fucking will. I literally will. But like, let me. Do you mind if I fucking let me say something real quick here? You're right. Before you even said it, I am aware. I was thinking this too. I feel hypocritical, and you're right. It's my bad. That is my bad. Because I felt the same way too. I don't know why. Because I'm normally very patient in stories. I read fucking Hunter x Hunter. I guess
That is the ultimate test of patience next to Berserk.
Yeah, and I guess I just like I was concerned, and I know this isn't the case because I've seen like pictures, not nothing spoilery, but I've seen pictures of the demons in like chapters. But I was concerned that they were going to, like, I thought I was concerned that they weren't even going to focus on the demons and like, because what I wanted to find out about the most wasn't necessarily the plant life, but like I wanted to know what the like where they were, like if this was still Earth or not. I wanted to know the history, what happened, shit like that. So and you're right. I dropped.
I'm gonna tell you right now. That gets explained like 2 or 3 chapters later.
Fucking great.
Like immediately after the plant scene. That's exactly what gets explained next.
Yeah, so now I'm aware that I dropped it too early. It was the fault was my own for assuming that it was gonna be slow paced and just focus on like fucking plant life of the day. You know.
Wow, a rose that shoots thorns.
Yeah,
Interesting.
A rose by any other name is just a dead kid.
And it was never my intention.
A rose
Like,
by any other name is just as dead.
I wasn't dropping it either. It was like it also came at like it was during a very complex like busy part of my life as well, where I was like hardly even able to keep up with like my the YouTubers I watched. I wasn't playing. Like I hadn't been online on the fucking Switch in like 2 weeks, so it wasn't just because of that.
You were busy hanging out with your girlfriend.
What?
You were busy hanging out with your girlfriend.
Well, I mean, yeah, getting a girlfriend was fucking kind of like a fucking huge like what the fuck in my life, and I had to learn how to time manage, and now I'm doing better now. So
I had to learn how to time manage. Aren't you an adult like the rest of us?
No.
The fuck is time management? I barely get to work on time every day.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, you know what? I apologize.
I literally told myself I need to be to work by 10:30, and I finally pulled myself out of bed by 10:30 and leave it like 10:45, and I'm almost like 2 minutes late for work every day.
Okay, here's my time management. My time management for college, which I won't have to worry about after the semester for a while. My time management for college is my class starts at 6. I'm there at 6:15.
Nice. But yeah, no, like even to the like my time, like I said, my life got so fucking thrown into a fucking like corkscrew that I didn't even fucking beat Zelda. I got 3 dungeons in and then just stopped. Which is weird for me because I'm fucking completing it.
Zelda anymore, Red. Like I've said, somebody already did the one thing that all of us were asking.
What are you talking about?
Somebody managed to take a Kuko and throw it into the fucking volcano.
Ooh.
They picked up that Kuko and they had to suffer several hour journeys because they failed multiple times. When they finally managed to take that Kuko and get it all the way into the fucking mountain and throw it into the fucking volcano.
That's beautiful.
There's nothing more the whole community needs to do that this exists.
There's no point in playing the game anymore. Everything.
There's no point in playing the game anymore. We have reached the peak. This is the pinnacle. This is the most quality shitpost.
That's funny.
The ring has reached Mount Doom, but the ring is a Kuko.
Is there anything else to talk about, or what do you think?
We have what is the gaming savior to us.
What's that fucking mean?
Okay, so gaming savior is what saves a particular brand of gaming, like first-person shooters. What saved the RPG in terms of keeping it from dying?
Square Enix.
Well,
the classic
to be
gaming
fair,
was-
Squeenix kind of fucking screwed the pooch with the second half of Final Fantasy 15.
I mean, the classic gaming
Not
savior
really.
is the classic gaming savior is Nintendo when they took the fucking market out of the crash.
Yes.
This is what
We're talking about saving
Final Fantasy.
Zero Mia motherfucking Moto came in and was like, let me give you a little thing called Danky Kang.
Okay.
This is what it is. It's like Final Fantasy 15. With a game with that much freedom, how many countless hours do you think people spent instead of doing the main quest line? They aren't even able to access everything yet, and they want to try and 100% the game before they finish the quest line. Once you finish the quest line, that's when you get all the after story shit.
Yankee Cave.
Yeah. Let's see, it got a little linear.
Only more and more linear, but that's a better idea. They ease you into the world a bit so you want to explore it more, and then they make you delve deeper into the story because you want to see more of the world. And then after you finally complete the main story, which is actually good in its own right, it is an extremely good story. Once you do that, you finally explore everything as much as you want. In fact, you get to explore it further because you get the Regalia Type F and are able to fly.
I'm just not a fan of linear story.
Plus, with all those fucking weapons.
I'm just not a fan of linear stories in an open world game.
So Dave,
I'm not a fan of it either, but like I said, with how much shit was in that game, if it was not linear, it would never be completed.
This is true. I mean, I still, to this day, have not actually completed the Skyrim's quest line. Because I just love to shit around in it.
Isn't it, like, theoretically never ending?
Theoretically, the Radiant missions are never ending. The story technically does end.
There was some part of that game that could literally just go on forever.
The Radiant missions go on forever, but the story...
They're literally quests that are randomized and will take you anywhere.
I figured.
For example, like any of the fucking bonus missions for the Thieves Guild.
Yep, the bonus missions for the Thieves Guild, the assassination contracts for the Dark Brotherhood.
Done at each hold in order to be able to get a new person to join the Ragged Flagon.
Ragged Flagon.
You have like 5 missions per city. Then you have to do a special mission for that city. Then you get a new person in the Ragged Flagon.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it's completely randomized.
Yep.
So that's why you go for the easiest ones on the planet, which is like changing the ledgers and then putting a single ring into somebody's storage.
Mm-hmm.
So David, what's the topic?
The Gaming Savior. I picked this topic just to fuck with you, Thurman.
Oh, the gaming. Oh, because we were talking about before. Okay, so, what era are we talking about here?
Well, technically we could talk about any era, but I'm going to touch on one in particular.
Okay, so David, let's continue our conversation from before, because we did get heated about the subject.
Before you guys go on a tangent forever, I will say my true gaming lord and savior, Hidetaka Miyazaki.
I knew it.
The lead director of Dark Souls.
He has helped save the RPG.
He is just Togashi.
No, yeah, I was gonna say, now, Chris, here's the question. Here's the fucking money-making question. If you met him, would you give him a hand job?
I'd go the extra mile and I'd give him a blow.
Okay, now, I request...
This is the man.
Hold on. If we ever get popular enough, please, someone do a fan art of Chris giving this guy a blowjob. Thank you.
At this point, this is what I'm going to say. To the man who pretty much saved my life, because in 2011 I was going through such a depressive rut. This man saved my life by making me so pissed off. I was too preoccupied with how angry I was at a game to think about killing myself.
It's this guy, and who the fuck's the lead singer of Perfect Circle?
Mayor James Keenan.
Yeah, those two saved his life.
Pretty much.
We need a fucking threesome. Chat.
Fucking hell.
No, it's no fucking joke. Hidetaka Miyazaki is a legendary video game director.
No joke. He's like Hideo Kojima. He could literally shit on his boss's desk, and his boss from the company would blow him.
This again.
Hideo Kojima is just famous because he's good at what he does, and everybody sucks his dick for whatever he makes. Hidetaka Miyazaki more than proved I can make a game with the most ambiguous story and just leave it up to everybody's interpretation.
And be successful.
What game did he make?
Dark Souls.
He made Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, and Bloodborne.
You could just say Soulsborne, and people would know what the fuck we were talking about.
Thurman doesn't.
Well, Thurman's a failure,
Yeah,
so.
I'm not really much of a Dark Souls fan myself, so.
Okay, Thurman. They've had their say.
No, the gameplay doesn't interest me.
Thurman, literally, like, I've never played it, but even I can tell I would love it from, like, what I've seen.
No,
He's not an RPG fan at all.
I'm an RPG fan, but the game just doesn't interest me. I'm not
The
gonna.
game
I'm
doesn't
not
strike me
gonna
as
say
an
it's good.
RPG.
I'm not gonna say it's good or bad, but it just doesn't look like it's interesting at all.
Well, hold on
It's
a
just
second.
smart fantasy adventure. I mean, it's like I said, it's not even really much of an RPG. Sure, there's a leveling up system
Yeah, I
with
was gonna
certain.
say, it doesn't look like an RPG.
They've got a level up system and shit in it, but like I said, this does not equate to any RPGs we played before. Dark Souls, literally,
It strikes me more as like a Zelda type game than RPG in the sense of combat.
It's a game that focuses on boss battles and shit.
Similar
Pretty
to
much.
Shadow of the Colossus, I assume.
Pretty much, but
Yeah. It focuses on boss battles. They're the most difficult part of the game besides PvP.
fuck
Just
PvP.
regular combat stuff.
I literally live on trolling people on PvP.
That's another thing that makes it so interesting, because the story is... This is how they explain PvP. The link between every single worlds is completely and utterly in disarray. That means you can see phantoms from other dimensions, similar realities just wandering around all over the place. And sometimes with specific, you can draw people into your world, or somebody can physically come into your world.
Yep.
Exactly. So there is time is convoluted. Heroes from past and present are phasing in and out. So if you see somebody, canonically in the game, you're not sure whether or not they were dead already.
Ah, that's cool.
It's
You're
like
not
Rick and
sure
Morty.
what your timeline is theirs.
Deep.
Okay, Thurman.
But it's such a...
Okay.
Save me at least.
Yeah.
So I consider you talking to me as a fucking savior.
Okay, Thurman. We're reaching the 3-hour mark. Let's get our little, Thurman doesn't think that Halo saved the FPS franchises. Because it took the, lovely generic-ass soldier in World War II and changed it over to Space
A
Marine.
lovely generic ass soldier in a helmet.
No, let's give them context as to why I just started. So there was a post by Sage or Sajay that said that who was the bigger impact on saving the video game industry? You had Mario, Sonic, Master Chief, and Crash Bandicoot.
Mario, absolutely.
I said that Mario solos all of them because most of those characters wouldn't have been made without Mario's influence.
He's right.
And while he is right...
Wait. Then I said that I feel like Master Chief shouldn't be there because Master Chief himself, yes, Halo was revolutionary for multiplayer and stuff like that.
But the character of Master Chief, yep.
Chief, as a character, didn't really do much.
He had no impact on the game whatsoever.
It was mostly so the
game was for gameplay, not the character.
Okay.
It was nice, but Master Chief himself didn't really have any much effect when it came to the game industry or whatever.
Yep.
Yes, he's somewhat iconic, but comparing him with like people like Mario, Sonic, Crash, or Pac-Man, he doesn't add up.
Okay.
Yep.
So here was my point to Thurman. Would you rather have generic-ass soldier stuck in World War II, or would you have a soldier that changed up the FPS formula for a story mode? Actually gave it a fucking actual story. Because no Call of Duty campaign actually had a fucking story beyond reliving the battles that were actually historically there through the eyes of soldiers that never actually fucking existed.
No, the thing is though with Halo is that yes, now it has a great story because of the time we're in. But you have to keep in mind that at the time, like Chief, wasn't really Chief couldn't compete with the main mascots of that time because Microsoft tried many different things when it came to mascots. Like Microsoft themselves didn't really even consider Chief as their mascot because they were trying to try to make it think. They had Blinky the cat or whatever.
Blinks the cat. They had fucking Cameo. They had fucking the car from Forza. Here's the mascots for fucking Microsoft still to this day. You have Master Chief, you have Marcus Phoenix, and you have the car. Those are the mascots for Microsoft.
So you can't compare Chief to Mario, Sonic, and Crash Bandicoot because here's my reasoning. First, Mario, Sonic, Crash, and Pac-Man, their games are purely based on them. Like, you can control Mario, you can control Sonic, you can control Crash Bandicoot. There's a story around that. There's characters around them. Like, people who interact with Mario has a brother. Sonic has a best friend named Tails. Sonic has a rival named Shadow. Like, Crash Bandicoot has a sister. You know, he has an next Cortex.
Don't forget the hot girlfriend.
Yeah, and then we have, like, Pac-Man, whose main focus is, like, eating balls and running away from ghosts. But even ghosts had names.
Like, sound like a haunted dude.
Hey.
Like,
I was waiting for that comment.
All day long while running from ghosts.
Master Chief didn't really have those essentials that those four had.
Yes, they did. Yes, he did. He had fucking Sergeant Johnson. He had fucking.
Let me finish. The main focus of Halo back then, the first Halo, was to revolutionize FPS scene. Halo to this day is mostly commented on the fact that it made multiplayer better. It revolutionized the multiplayer scene.
I'm not denying that.
And not the story. That's the thing. So Master Chief can't really. The only reason why Master Chief is there is because that he was the main hero of the story. Still, that's the only reason why he's credited for that. Master Chief didn't do anything. Didn't revolutionize anything himself. His character was still being. You're still playing a random soldier who.
Hello?
What the hell was that?
I think Thurman just got shot.
That's racist.
In that close to.
I straight up thought Thurman just literally got fucking sniped in the head there. There's just a fucking.
That's me in the background with the fucking sniper rifle from Halo 5. Shut the fuck up!
That shit, like, it was just, there was like a fucking like sound, and then he just.
Oh, I threw a box.
Oh.
I threw a box.
Gosh, it was perfect though. Like, I thought I was like when I said that joke, when I said the joke that he's dead, like in the back of my mind, like somewhere, I was like, he might actually be dead, and then I'm gonna feel sad for making that joke.
Oh, that's a perfect edit. 307.
Yeah, put a sniper. Yeah, put a sniper. I'll do that shit.
Hello?
And we got you, Thurman. We were making a joke that you got sniped by me for talking bad about Halo.
So my cousin called me. So let me finish what I was saying, because I was doing at this point. So basically, you had like the things you could play in C-Bar, you could play in C-Hunt, you could play in C-Crash. They had personalities, they had abilities, they had stuff that would make them unique. They had stuff that you could recognize them for. You don't really
careful.
have that.
David will try to say, "Oh, it's okay that he's boring and bland because he's supposed to be."
And it's like, Red, you don't understand what I'm saying, right? Like,
I'm on your side, Thurman.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. Jesus Christ. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. Go ahead, Tag.
Okay. So, you bring up the point of there's no character interaction. There's freaking Sergeant Johnson. There's fucking Captain Avery. There's the fucking scenes with the Flood. There's the scenes with the fucking Gravemind. There's scenes with fucking Cortana. There is a fucking story in there. The story does matter.
Now,
it is actually.
The first 3 or just 4 and 5?
No, this is Halo's 1 through 5. I'm going through.
Okay, let's fucking talk about 1 through 3.
Okay. Why, in particular, the first 3?
Because those are the ones made by Bungie. After that, Bungie had nothing to do with them.
I'm not talking about Bungie. If I was talking about Bungie, I'd go on a rant about how they fucked up and sold out with fucking the Destiny games. But I digress. I'm going to say there is a fucking story in there that matters. There's fucking lore to the world. There's lore to the world to the extent of beating out fucking Mario. And yes,
Yeah, I mean, Mario's never
Thurman get triggered.
that's exactly the goal here. The lore expands throughout not only the fucking games, it expands through the fucking the little apps that came out with Windows 8 and 10. It expands throughout the anime movie. It expands throughout the novels. It expands throughout the fucking comics. It expands throughout expansion guides. It has become almost to the World of Warcraft level of lore. Because it has expanded so much in this universe that is controlled by not only just Bungie and 343, but also even Rooster Teeth has their hands in the Halo lore now with Red vs. Blue. They have for nearly 15 fucking years. Ever since Halo 1 came out, they were making those stories. They also have cameos in the Halo 4 co-op campaign. I can't actually remember the fucking name of it because I've never really gave a shit about it. I cared about the story and I care about the multiplayer. I'm not going to deny that the multiplayer was really revolutionized, but it also saved the FPS genre from being the stale, bland-ass fucking piece of shit generic World War II shooter. Without Halo, there would not be Destiny.
You're right, David, but we're not arguing about Halo. Halo, yes, did that. Master Chief himself, no, did not.
Yes, he became a different type of protagonist. He gave the rights to give a futuristic shooter. There was not really a futuristic shooter outside of the fucking PC until Halo became a thing.
Still talking about Halo, not Master Chief.
And Master Chief himself has become iconic with changing the fucking brand.
Chris, do you have a thought on this? You're the only one silent.
No, I'll say that I do know that Master Chief has his own lore and shit.
Thank you.
Like, I can't remember all the shit that I've read and all the shit that I have seen with, like, movies and stuff, but they were good. Master Chief does have his hands in that lore pretty deeply. It's like if people try to sit there and talk about Mass Effect,
they can't say shit without Shepard.
Universe. He's basically what Shepard's based off of.
Fucking thank you! It's fucking ludicrous if Thurman thinks that the fucking Master Chief does not matter in the fucking universe of Halo. And that he has not changed gaming.
Okay. He's the only reason why the Halo rings were destroyed in 3. Him and Arbiter are the only reason. So look, they fought two-man army that fucking whole game.
So Thurman.
Sorry, so I had to mute my mic because my family's back. But
well, thank you for muting.
Listen, I heard everything you were saying, David, and I have to disagree with a few things. First, you're ignoring the era where Master Chief came out. You're talking about a later date where Halo became so popular and the story got better.
I'm not denying that as the
novels and anime and stuff came afterwards.
Actually, Thurman,
did he have a hand in it compared to like Mario, Sonic, and Crash? And you have to agree that he did not, because of, like I said before, Master Chief as a character was not the same as this you were playing with Sonic or Mario, because those guys have personality. They had something to go off of. You knew the world that they lived in. You knew their friends. You knew what they looked like, and you knew how everything. Hold on, bro.
He said no.
Tell her to wait.
He said no.
Tell her to wait.
No.
Okay, well, you're not getting it out. That's right, so I'm done.
Awkward.
God, my family's irritating. So, basically,
Thurman,
is that I understand what you're saying. Now, you reconsider Master Chief iconic because of basically the backstory that he's given in the novels and movies and all that stuff and what he's done. But
actually, no, I'm going to stop you right there because you're saying the novels came after. Right around the exact same, I have a first edition copy right here of the Halo Fall of Reach novel. I have in my hands about a $30,000. I'm kidding, by the way. It's worth like $3,000 for first edition now online. But this came out literally the same exact month Halo 1 came out.
That seems weird.
First edition came out 2001. The same year. It came out in November of 2001.
So it's
the
like,
same
hey,
exact.
We can't put interesting story about our character in the game. So have a book.
Do you know the limited capacity of the Xbox, Red?
Oh yeah. Just like the limited capacity of the fucking, I don't know, the N64 or the fucking Sega Genesis.
Okay, let me actually break down. Inside the Halo companion guide that's sitting on my back shelf that weighs about 30 pounds. I'm not making that up. That book is so fucking massive it nearly cracks my fucking new bookshelf. It actually brings back the story of Halo. Halo was originally created back in the fucking 80s. But they could not actually make anything play it. So, they kept it shelved, and kept it shelved, and kept it shelved, until there was a console or a system powerful enough to power said game.
Interesting. Makes sense. Anyway, we should probably start wrapping this up, because I do want to... Is Rick and Morty 11:30?
Yep,
David?
Rick and Morty is 11:30, and it is 11:07.
Yeah,
so
let's wrap this up.
So, Thurman, when you're saying there's no story that the story came after, it came out exactly the same time.
Because my thing is this. I may sound like I'm repeating myself, but it's true. You can't.
I cannot deny the fact that.
Here, let me ask you guys
Let
a
him
question.
finish, David. Hold on.
This is for everyone. This is for everyone. What were your mascots growing up when it comes to video games?
Well, obviously, my mascots when I was growing up were Mario, Sonic, Pac-Man, etc. But I grew up in the 90s.
Now, Red, what were yours?
Crash Bandicoot was a big one for me. Because I was a PlayStation guy up until about... Honestly, I wasn't... Unfortunately, I got into Nintendo really late. My first Nintendo system was the fucking Wii. I was all Sony. I was all fucking... Well, I had a Super Nintendo, but that was as a little kid. I didn't have any brand loyalty. The first brand I was loyal to was Sony.
I'm trying to remember. I was actually kind of poor growing up, so for the longest time I only had one game, and that was Kingdom Hearts. So, honestly, it was just Disney characters and Sora.
Okay, so I'll count that. But like, what are the characters that you first heard about as a video game character wise? Like, even if you didn't have them, like,
first character I heard about was literally Sora. I didn't know what a video. I'm not even kidding you guys. I didn't know what a video game was until I was about 4.
That's depressing.
When I first got that game.
No,
Kobe, leave.
I hate you.
I had never played one. I had never really seen one. The only thing I vaguely remember from before I was 4 was somehow staying up late enough in order to watch Adult Swim and see, like, Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah.
And you saw the Space Invader.
Okay. Yes.
And being traumatized by Super Jail.
Cartoons and shit was
So now-
what I saw most.
So, based off those answers, okay.
Thurman, I'm not going to deny the fact that Mario and Sonic, without them, they would not... Master Chief would not exist. Marcus Phoenix would not exist. If Nintendo and Sega hadn't saved the video game industry, no character post 1987-ish would fucking exist. I said Sega.
These characters you're bringing up.
The thing with
Sajay.
Sajay.
They are more towards children. Mario, Sonic, Crash Bandicoot. Those are characters that are more lenient towards children. Like that's what catches the attention of them the most.
And let's face it.
Adults,
Yeah, but adults still have fan base of them.
Yes.
Adults still have a face of them, but most of the adults at the time, most of the kids that truly loved those characters were born
In the
a
90s.
little bit before. For example, they were kids back then when those characters came out. It's like cartoons. So of course, people from our generation stuff would care more about those characters.
I would agree with you.
It's a few years before. So of course, he was a bit more mature during that time. Halo is a gritty series. It's a darker series.
Exactly.
Which is why it doesn't need to have the super kid-friendly story and stuff. And that's why there's not many friends and shit in it, because most of those friends die.
Exactly.
You're missing the point.
Yeah, you are missing the point. It's
Yeah, Chris, you went way 180 on that one.
well, this is one of the rare times where I agree with Thurman. The problem here isn't how gritty it is, because I love, like, Marcus Phoenix, a great character in my opinion.
It's not about it's not about the targeted audience at all.
I just don't like Master Chief.
Literally
Just
saying that
boring,
those characters are
normal,
iconic
fucking
mostly just because of the generation
Eric
that they came out
Soldier.
with.
But I have to disagree with that, because I will understand if those set mascots didn't see the time of day. Like some of these mascots now that didn't see the time of day, but only the hardcore fans still remember them, like Billy Hatcher, Alex Kidd, etc., etc., etc.
Or anybody that picked up a fucking GameCube, or anybody that picked up a fucking Sega Classic bundle from Xbox Live remembers Alex Kidd.
So you're saying time is a big factor. That's not true at all. Because
Time is a big factor.
These guys have been going strong, well, besides Sonic, but
Well,
Oh, Sonic has got another game coming out really soon, Sonic Mania.
Sonic is a character who's...
You need to play the stupid shitty Sonic OC, a brand new video game.
Guys. Sonic is a character whose design... And this is a quote from Aaron, by the way, from Game Grumps. Sonic is a character whose design is so good that he survived solely off how good his design is, even though his games were shit.
Exactly.
and it's like you can't say it's by time, because even Sonic, I fucking hate Sonic. But Sonic, even after that game, see, the guy still has a humongous fan base, even with today's generation. Like that already kind of disclaims that claim, because Sonic literally had a tough time going transition to 3D. Like Sega, in an interview with Game Informer, Sega literally said that one of their biggest issues was putting Sonic on 3D, because
I can't remember what game it was. I know it was a game that was on an island. But there were specific little mini things you could find where you'd actually sit there and go to semi 3D-ish level shit, where all you could do is go forward, left, and right.
Trash. Sonic 3D was trash. That was the
I'm not talking about Sonic 3D. I'm talking about one of their 2D games. It was one that was on Sonic Mega Collection Plus.
Well, I don't know about that, but my point is that Sonic is a great example of generation doesn't even matter, because even despite the fact that Sonic has basically been dead for the past 10 years, his fans
technically not.
Still eat him up. Still
he has
eat him
not
up, bro.
dead.
I mean, he's not
Yes,
dead,
His
but
games have just been shit.
Even his good games
That's dead.
even the better games aren't good.
He's not been dead. They've still been releasing a game at least every 2 years.
But all the games are horrible.
They're so fucking unmemorable.
When was the last Sonic game, David?
Technically, the last game, if you want to count mobile release, or do you want to count just console release? Console release was 2 years ago. It was Sonic Boom, Fire and Ice.
Let's ignore that one. The actual decent one.
Okay, last decent one was probably Sonic Colors on the Wii U in 2013.
Sonic what?
Colors.
Thurman, that was the shittiest statement you've ever made.
I guess that's a good. I never played Sonic Colors, so I don't judge games.
Sonic Colors was a really good one, and I hate Sonic as much as the next motherfucker.
Chris said it was the shittiest statement he's ever made. I want to know what he means by that.
No, he's just okay, when was the last Sonic game released? Sonic Boom, and 2 years ago? It was when was the last good one?
If you want really get really technical, the last really good one was Sonic Generations.
You're really going to try to defend Sonic Boom right now, Chris? Are we really going to go down that road?
You said the last release.
I'm just saying, you said. I asked you when was the last Sonic game, and I said it was probably around 2 years ago. I've said they've been releasing content nonstop, so he's not dead.
And there's two coming out this year. There's two coming out this year.
You guys know what I mean by dead, right?
Yeah, by dead I mean all of his games are consistently shit. Even the good ones are average at best.
Yes.
For
Okay,
example,
there's-
Mega Man, like he just hasn't been inactive much. And I was about to say, what rock have you been looking for? He's had games that have been constantly releasing and just sucking.
No,
Yeah.
I would also call Sonic dead.
Wait, how does Red? See, me and Red are like 100%.
I'm paying attention because this isn't really much my argument.
Like Chris.
Also, I kind of tune everything out that you say until something genuinely interesting.
Thurman,
Like,
me and
no,
you are on Thurman. Me and you
Chris,
are on
you
the fucking.
can't roast right now. You're not. You can't roast right now because you just did a.
Well, I can fucking roast you whenever I want.
You did a
Trust me.
did a poopy just now. You should have known that lingo and you did. That's a poopy. That's a neck.
What are you fucking talking about? Thurman, just stop it. I was agreeing with you. Don't fucking be crazy.
No, but so basically what I'm trying to say is that Sonic has had a rough time transitioning. But even with that, he still had a humongous fan base, even if his games have been shit. And the whole generation thing.
His fan base is also shit.
Ugh.
Most fan bases are.
But the thing is, though,
Sonic being one of the worst.
Sonic would not have survived if it wasn't for his humongous fan base, and that's the thing. Master Chief has a big fan base as well, but
His games are constantly good.
let's be honest here. If Halo had failed that day, would people even remember Master Chief today? Let's be real.
Well,
That's
let's.
actually, Thurman, hold on, wait a minute. That was a fucking glorious point Thurman just made here. Because, like, Sonic has technically failed. Game-wise, it has. But the character is still remembered. And if the game, Halo, failed, the character would not be remembered. That is one of the best points you've ever made, Thurman.
Let me rebut that, because there are characters that are still greatly remembered that have failed. Billy Hatcher being one of them.
And that's...
No.
Yeah, no, you're missing the point, David. That only goes towards his point. That means that character is better than Master Chief.
No, what I'm saying, Red, is there is always room for a fan base. Even characters that most of you probably don't remember, like Vex, have fan bases.
I remember Dex, or Gex, or whatever the fuck. I remember he had fucking sunglasses.
Oh,
and
Gex?
No, that's
Holy
Gex.
shit, yes.
That's Gex, not Vex.
And guess what? You remember it
VEXX.
because he's a fucking interesting character.
VEXX.
Fucking random ass. You think a fucking random ass, nameless fucking soldier would have fucking been remembered if it's the game people remember, not the character.
Actually, Red, it's both.
Red is correct. If the game wasn't as popular, the story wouldn't have been remembered.
Yep.
It's both, because characters that are as generic as VEXX, it was a generic-ass platformer on the PS2 and Xbox. It still has a fan base and fans wanting a sequel. Legend of Dragoon was a terribly fucking... It was a great RPG, but the storyline fell flat near the third arc. But it still has a cult fan base, and Darts...
Thurman, I think David missed your point entirely. Like, we're talking about the point is, like, yes,
Red.
we're only proving his point. The games are shit, but the characters are remembered because the characters have personality.
And yes, I'm not denying the fact that Master Chief's character is not the greatest, unless you read into the lore. The
Right.
lore builds the character. Just like every MMO, the lore builds the characters in the world. You don't see...
David, what we're trying to say is that Master Chief didn't have... At the end of the day, after all the reviews, after Halo was released, Master Chief himself did not have a big say when it came to the popularity of Halo. It was the multiplayer.
Agreed.
It was the multi people. That game would have, even if the story was amazing, that game would have bombed if it wasn't for the multiplayer. Because people don't really understand is a good story is good, but a story is pointless if the game sucks. Sonic 06 is a great example of that. Really well made story, but the gameplay was so bad that you could not even transpire through the story. Like, you cannot
We don't talk about Sonic 06.
That game does not exist, Thurman. You are not allowed to bring that game up, ever.
This is what people don't understand. This is why people
It's
always
Voldemort.
try to bash.
The game is
this is
Voldemort.
That's why I always like it triggered when people try to like bash like Mario or like certain games that don't have a lot of story elements to them. They're like, well, it's just the same thing over and over again. But I'm telling you,
Okay, Thurman.
Is that story does not always have to impact like back then. I'm keep going back.
Thurman,
Mario.
you're defending Mario. Mario is a fucking plumber that saves a captured princess throughout every fucking story from a goddamn dinosaur.
People remember that because the formula works.
More character than Master Chief.
No! Master Chief is a fucking war-torn, fucking depressed bastard that is fucking cryotubed and fucking born to fucking kill. There's no need for it.
I'll say this, guys. You cannot sit there and make fun of the thing that started the trope.
What are you talking about?
Started? Really?
Pretty much.
What are you talking about?
Okay, it's like if people sit there and try to make fun of... It's like if people try to sit there and make fun of Doom. Like, oh yeah, you have to kill all the enemies in this level before you progress. It's so stupid, it's such a cliche. You're playing the game that literally started that trope.
Right. The trope continues.
Master Chief was one of the first examples of a first-person shooter that had a character that actually did have a story. Granted, in some cases, the first one isn't considered the best story to people.
Exactly.
The fact that he's war-torn and conflicted and shit.
That's the trope.
Started that trope for most games afterwards.
So what? Red, explain to me what they're saying. I was talking to my mom.
He's trying to say that Master Chief started the trope of like war-torn, fucking war torn to kill, blah blah blah. But like, I don't think that really.
That's wrong.
Hold on, Thurman.
Go ahead.
Shut the fuck up for a second. I'm defending you here. Thurman's point, and the best point he made this entire thing, was that basically it boils down to Halo was remembered for the gameplay, not the character. And the original point was,
I'm just saying that you cannot make fun of Master Chief for being war-torn and shit like that.
I'm just saying he's not a memorable character.
You guys literally started laughing at David when he was saying that Master Chief has a personality because he's conflicted, depressed, and war-torn. You immediately started laughing at that. Because you're like, oh yeah, edgy, trope, shit like that.
Trope?
How did I do that?
Doing it, don't deny it.
I was laughing. I don't know if Thurman was, but I was.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember David even saying something about war or something like that.
You cannot make fun of a character that did sort of start that kind of trope.
That is the entire character. That character is also channeled in Marcus Phoenix. That character is also carried over in the later Call of Duties. That trope started a fucking trend of more fucking war-torn, depressed bastards. Look at Marcus Phoenix. Wait. Look at Marcus Phoenix after Dom dies. He becomes Master Chief. Literally fucking becomes Master Chief in his character developments.
David, is there any way that you can go to the Adult Swim website, start the Rick and Morty stream, and like pause it until so we don't miss it? Does it pause?
I don't know. Let me start a watch party really quick.
Before we just try to end the fucking let's end this so we don't miss it.
We got 6 minutes.
Okay.
Another character that started a trope. You cannot make fun of a character for doing that.
Because without that character, there would not be a post fucking Gears of War 3 Marcus Phoenix. There would not be a post Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 character that actually had a campaign that actually mattered and made sense. There were not.
You can't. I don't think it's mentally possible to make fun of a character who started a trope.
But you guys have literally done that this entire fucking segment.
My anime protagonist strong and wants to fight people trope.
My point is this, and that's why that's why it pisses me off when people say, "Oh, shonen and stuff." Well, we don't like shonen, we seinen, because that's the point. Tropes are around forever. It just depends on how you make that trope is what counts. That's the point that I'm trying to tell people. That tropes aren't bad. It's how you make that trope your own.
Yep.
Is what the thing is, and people don't realize that. There's going to be tropes in everything. There's tropes in Hunter x Hunter. There's tropes in Bleach. There's tropes in Berserk. There's tropes in everything. Every genre has a trope.
Right.
It's how you make that series trope is what will be remembered or not. My like I said before, this is my final say on it because I gotta go down to what my family is doing. But my point is this: Halo was not remembered for Chief. Chief was the after effect. He was the after effect. He's popular now because the story kept going and because Halo was popular. And then there's like, oh, the story was a bonus because the gameplay was good and we can play through the story. No one's. I'm not denying now. Master Chief in today's standards is iconic because of Halo itself. But back then, Chief didn't have any say or any input, mascot wise, or even in this game, like Mario, Sonic, and Crash Bandicoot has, because he didn't make the game the way it was. He was an after effect. The whole point of Halo was the gameplay. If it wasn't for the multiplayer, Master Chief and the story would have been forgotten. Because who's going to play a story of a game that has crappy graphic or gameplay? And I keep going back to Mario, Sonic, and Pac-Man because those guys, the gameplay was good, and you saw Mario and Sonic all the time. Like Super Mario Bros. You played as Mario the entire time. The game was fun. That iconic music, and the goal was simple.
The music technically made the gameplay fun.
Yeah, Sonic. His goal was simple: save a bunch of wooden creatures from an evil mad scientist. Crash Bandicoot. You control a little dot that had a wife and run away from ghosts. Crash Bandicoot. Control a character and you go through a bunch of levels.
You just said Crash Bandicoot for Pac-Man.
I wasn't going to go there. I was just going to let that be edited in. Failure.
I said both of them. No, I said both of them. Go back and edit. You'll see.
No, you did not say that. You said Crash Bandicoot.
And then you literally described Pac-Man.
No, I said Pac-Man. I guarantee you. Go back to the edit. You'll see I'm right. I said Pac-Man and then Crash Bandicoot.
No, even the Red Lab did that.
We are trolling you in the edit.
The point is,
each of them actually developed more.
All the characters that we had a hand in why their series was popular. Master Chief did not. Sonic was the reason why the game was popular. Mario was the reason why his game was popular. Crash Bandicoot was the reason why his game was popular. Master Chief was an after effect. Yes, the story was enjoyable, but he was not the deciding factor for why Halo sold well. It was the gameplay.
The gameplay was the same as any Call of Duty, Thurman. It's the placement in the world.
But you're missing the point, though. Call of Duty didn't really have a main character in the story. The first one did.
The first one didn't. The second, third, and fourth one, you played as multiple troops throughout every freaking war.
And that's because COD 1 was popular enough to continue the series. And then they decided to add characters to make them iconic. You're missing the point, the fact that Chief himself, the character, had nothing to do with why the series sold as well as it did. Nobody back then was like, oh my god, you remember Master Chief was this, Master Chief was this, Master Chief was this. You remembered because, oh, you want to go play Halo? Halo was fun because of the guns, of the gameplay, and how well. The story was like, you can consider the story like DLC in today's terms. Because nobody really played for the story per se. They played for the
Master Chief. We don't only cared about Cortana. We only cared about Cortana.
And Cortana was the driving force of a fucking Chief story, along with the fucking rings. That being said...
Who's not the true mascot of the game? Cortana is. Tell me I'm wrong, David.
I'm not going to deny that Cortana's boobs sold more copies than Master Chief did. But...
We've been arguing this wrong. Cortana is the only reason.
Right.
People played Halo besides the multiplayer, not Master Chief.
Well, by Thurman's standpoint, anything with tits sells. But seriously, guys, thanks for tuning in. Rick and Morty starting. So, Thurman,
what's up?
it's also called character development as well. The books and all that help develop the story between Halos 1 and 2. And that helped. Well, of course you haven't read them because you don't read anything besides manga.
So why did Red just leave?
Because Rick and Morty.
Can't miss his Rick and Morty. It's like the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
Alright.